YouTube, we're live. At least it says we're live. But we're starting the Oregon Trail flights. And not starting. We're on the fourth? I think the fourth leg. We're going to be flying from Scottsbluff, Nebraska to Laramie, Wyoming on the first one. Then we're going to Casper, Wyoming. And again, you might ask, why? Well, I'll tell you why. So we left off in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. We got to see Chimney Rock last Oregon Trail here. I'll also tell you why I had problems last time. Yesterday. I tried streaming this before. But that's why we got to see that. And Scottsbluff also had this thing out there. That's Scottsbluff over there. And they had the Mitchell Pass. So there's a bunch. There's like, that's where the wagons went basically. They went through that pass and everything. And it was like the official start of like the Rockies and the mountains that were coming up. So we could actually take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Let me turn this off for a second. I did do something between now and the last stream. I bought the Bijan Studios Seasons Enhanced. So the trees are supposed to be like, you know, taken care of a little bit more. It's supposed to look more realistic. I don't know if that applies to here. Here's Scottsbluff with Mitchell Pass. And you can even see like some wagons that they set up and everything. It's kind of cool. But yeah. So over here. Here's the museum that they have. And then literally if you look over here, you can see it in that imagery here. This is a wagon, that's a wagon, that's a wagon, that's a wagon train. So, and they're trying to show you how they went through the pass of the Oregon Trail. Hence why this was a good stop. Scottsbluff in Nebraska. And again, these are all maxed out settings. I did try motion blur. I'm noticing that it's a little jelly-like because of VSync, so I don't know if I have that on or not. I believe I turned it off. But it's not going to make a big deal in the cockpit, you know what I'm saying? And I also have frame gen on, so that could also be it. But anyways, we're going to return back to Scottsbluff. We are going to Laramie, Wyoming, where there was Fort Laramie, and it was a military post along the Oregon Trail, a vital resting point. And right outside of Casper, where we're going after that, is Independence Rock, where a lot of immigrants carved their names into the rock. I've never been there, but we could kind of look at it. I'll try to get some pictures ready to go as we get up there. But let's get out of here. And if you tuned in yesterday, if you were one of the unfortunate few to tune into the stream yesterday where I tried doing this before, the weight and balance went crazy on this. That's what happened. That's why the tail was dropping. And that's why we weren't taking off. So I think I fixed it. I tested it like twice yesterday. And we're going to have a good flight. Okay? That's what we're doing. Okay? Okay. Anyways, here's the tablet. And we're going to get this thing started. Make sure we have full fuel. Basically, this thing went all out of whack. It went like 40-something% quick fill, and I was like, what's going on? So, but this will fill that. That did not load 100%, nor did that load 100%. So I guess it was put 100%. I don't know what's going on with this. But it's doing some weird, funky things. Yeah, don't start doing that crap again. Alright. Load aircraft. Reset config. I don't know why it's not giving me 100. Okay, can you tell me why it's doing that? I don't know. This is really weird though. It's not letting me fill it. Okie dokie. And if I put this on, it's only going to 50%. Okie dokie. Sounds about right. Let's try this one more time. So as you can see, we're having problems. Maybe if I type it in, it will work. Who knows? But whenever I push load in aircraft, it doesn't load. No. Alright, that's kind of weird. Well, there's obviously some programming going on. I tried reinstalling and everything. That's going to be a little bit of an issue. So let me go to the menu. And we'll restart after I try to do fuel this way. Interesting. Gotta go to the aircraft menu. Go configure. Try doing fuel this way. Alright, that says full. Alright, back to Kilo Bravo Foxtrot. Foxtrot. That better be the last problem. So I don't want any issues. Oh. There we go. It's amazing. It's like everything works until I stream. Oh, custom mode, make it live for everything. Okay, good. Very good. Load. Alright. Now, hopefully everything works, including the weight and balance crap. That's always the problem. This warrior. We're taking the warrior out, so let's go. Let's make sure it's full. Nope, it's only half again. Oh, son of a... Well, I know we could kind of make it there as long as we refuel at the other airport. But it'd be nice to refuel the plane, Microsoft / JustFlight. It would be nice. Usually I just do this and I go load aircraft. Oh, it did it! Yay! What just happened? That's 15%. I don't know. Where things are afoot at Scottsbluff. Oh, God. Where things are afoot.
Excellent!
Excellent. Alright, here we go. Seat track back lock, avionics off, autopilot off, carpet is off. Throttle is slight. Okay. Brakes are set. Parking brake is on. That actually works today. Master on, beacon on, fuel pump on, full rich mixture. Okay, that went up. I'm gonna prime it twice, 2 shots. We still have full fuel. Oh, 2024. How you worry me. Alright, good, we primed. Gonna start some clear prop. Here we go. Clear prop. Well, that didn't work. That was weird too. Alright, I did auto start. I'm just rolling with the punches, everybody. We're gonna get this flight done. Okay, oil pressure is good. Fuel pump off. Fuel pressure holding. Lights as required. We'll turn the nav lights on at this time. And everything else is good. Alright, seatbelt harnesses, heat, vent, defrost. Avionics going on. Have to make this go in real sim gear. GNS 530. And again, this will now be the maiden voyage, hopefully, with the AMD 9950X 3D processor. We're hoping. But we'll see. It's a new computer system. The only thing that's the same is the 3090. The NVIDIA 3090. So, alright, gotta do an ATIS here. Let's do that. Why isn't my plan in there? Because it didn't stay in there. So, load. You could save your flight plans, obviously, in this. Trail, active, and we are going to Laramie. Now we can kind of see where we came from on the other flights. Those are archived on the YouTube. Twitch only archives them for 14 days, so I'd say go to YouTube. Alright, and if you want to join us on this flight, we're on the Microsoft Flight Simulator East server. We're in 2024, service update 3. US 1. Let's go to Laramie, and then I'll get the weather. Air rates and weather. 121.025. Come on, switch over. No, you're not switching over. Why? Because you're off. Yeah, it defaulted to things because I had to reinstall the whole aircraft, so. Yeah, Give me. Oh, it's not doing that thing again. There you go. Alright. Then this thing should be pretty good. Yep, still all the way up. And I have to monitor COM 2 because again I reinstalled the Warrior. No, everything should be working. Give it a second.
Kilo Bravo Foxtrot automated weather observation 1700 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility
Calm.
10.
Right.
Sky condition. Few clouds at 4900, few clouds at 14,200. Temperature 19 C.
So if going calm, why don't we head where we have to go, which is west. We're gonna take 2-3 and back taxi to 2.
Kilo Bravo Foxtrot automated weather observation 1700 Zulu.
Need the altimeter.
Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few clouds
be
at
around
4900, few clouds at 14,200. Temperature 19 C. Dew point 11 C. Altimeter tree 015.
5.
Kilo Bravo Foxtrot
Yep, all right.
automated weather
Okay,
observation,
good. Back to guard.
1700 Zulu. Wind
There you
calm.
go. You know that when we monitor guard, we have this.
Go on, guard,
Few
lift.
clouds at 4900, few clouds at
Okay,
14,200.
we're gonna go runway 23 here.
19
Hopefully
C.
everything
Dew
works.
point
It looks like it's
11 C.
working. The fuel thing was a little weird at first. Back to the checklist here. ATIS is done. ATIS, AWA, yeah, duh. Altimeter's good. Transponder squawking 1200. ADS-B is on. I'm gonna test the radios. Connect the VAT SIM this time. I am not following a flight plan because they don't look at it half the time when you're VFR anyways, but it's supposed to be pretty good weather. Okay, we'll test brakes on the way out. I'm going to 2-3 everybody. Again, sorry about YouTube. I didn't get the description in there and I had to change it.
barrel rolls and loop the loop.
Oh, thanks to
We don't do that kind of
second.
flying here.
Gregory Wolf for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you so much, my friend.
Well, who does?
All right, we're gonna turn right out here. I'm gonna turn the Tobii eye tracker on, and this is hopefully gonna be it. Cause yesterday was embarrassing. This is the maiden voyage with my whole new computer system. I built a custom AMD 9950X3D. Kept my 3090 though. Didn't want to spend another $2,000. So it cost about $2,000 for the whole thing. I had to get everything new: motherboard, memory, case, fans, and all that. So, but it has been a dream outside of the simulator. So let's start this. Okay, brakes off. Tobii eye tracker on. Tobii eye tracker is not on. Damn you. Alright, I'll do it without it then. I'm supposed to be able to swivel my head. I don't know what the hell happened to that. But I'm gonna go right through this girl, cut her in half. It's all good. No! Okay, now we're going to 2-3. What happened to my Tobii eye tracker? That's what I want to do. See if I can shuffle that and have it work. Doesn't look like it. Alright, I will miss you, but I'm not waiting anymore. Oh, 2-3 it is. Hey, do you notice how like it's actually taxiing better today? Because I'm at like, 1,000 and it's actually moving. That's because it didn't go out of whack with the weight and balance, which I don't know why it did that. Probably should have announced on Unicomnize taxiing, but we're okay. Close down. You're connected though, right? Yeah. So, get this Ratsim Unicom on here. But kick her up so I can feel it. And we're going to turn right at Bravo. I am going to announce there that I'm going to back taxi for departure at 2-3. Unicom is 123.0, so good on that. Scottsbluff traffic, Warrior 0 Echo Foxtrot. We are going to back taxi for departure on runway 23. We're at Bravo on the ground, Scottsbluff. Kind of did that a little weird, but we're going to go with it anyways. Clear. Clear. And we're going to back taxi all the way down. Do a run up really fast. Do our thing. Let's start doing the run up though. Brakes, fuel to the proper tank, trim set for takeoff. I'm going to try doing this really fast. We're trying to be straight here. I'm going to call it good as of now. Double check that. Get down. Alright, flight controls. Being correct, annunciator lights. Good. Instruments, turquoise wheel, no flag. Head and coordination route 6, yep. Vertical speed is good, altimeter is good, horizon is good, airspeed looks good. Mixture best power. It's good enough for now. We will change that once we get the run up. And the primer, we pull on that to make sure it's locked in there because there's a little tab on it. Okay, I'm gonna test everything down there. When we get down there, we're gonna do this. So, Nick Breslau, what's up? Welcome to the broadcast. You did? What'd you get in your PC? I'm enjoying this AMD 950X3. I feel weird because it's not an Intel. It's my first ever non-Intel. Cool. What'd you get? Also, I sent JustFlight a ticket saying that this was all messed up. I think it was just a weight imbalance. Something happened with it. So, and I fixed it. What do you mean nothing much? Put out the specs, my friend. Type it out. I want to see what you got. I'm not flying for real because I bought this because I'm putting my money into the computer. But I'm already halfway there, so. Last time I flew was us. So. Wow. I don't remember making this song on AI, but I guess I did. Wow. That's a good system, dude. Yeah. Very nice. There's nothing wrong with that. It's comparable. Because I was looking at the 14th gen, and then I was like, it's the overheating issues. And this and that. I was worried about, so. That'd be a road, I think. So I'm not going there, but I'm going to do a quick run up here at the end of the runway. Got some industrial metal going on. Do you notice how it's all aviation related lyrics though? Alright, I'm gonna set our parking brake 2,000 RPM because we already did the rest of the run up. Yeah. I went a little overboard with the memory again, but alright, mags, right? Back to both. I did 128 gigs of DDR 6000, a DDR5 6000. Okay, that's good. Carb heat on. Good. Totally worth it though. Got this maxed out now. Vacuum is good. Amps are charging. Fuel pressure, oil pressure, good. Oil temperature is good. We're gonna idle. Very good, sir. Yeah. And then carb heat off. Alright, there we go. So anyways, we're good to go. I'm gonna rotate 55, climb at 79, best glide 73. If there's a problem, take a full kick, coach your waist. And we are below 4,800. We'll land directly at 30 turns, best glide speed 73. Try and do this fast. If we are problem on the runway, we have available runway ahead of us. We'll board, take off, land directly on the runway. For above 4,800, we'll take a turn to the left. Seems there's a little bit more there. Land downwind and taxiway, the grass, the runway is available to us. Best glide speed 73, rotate at 55, climb at 79. Little prayer. And let's hope this works today because the weight and balance should be good. Alright, with that, we're going to announce our departure. So here we go. Scottsbluff traffic, Warrior Zero Foxtrot departing runway 23, departure to the southwest Scottsbluff. Here we go. Full throttle, parking brake off would have been nice there. And here we go. Ghost of Johnny coming your way, my friend. Oh, hey, it's actually getting speed. Isn't that amazing? I guess weight and balance really does matter. Rotate. Gotta let it lift off the ground. It is a Piper. I also didn't lean out this. So let's do that now. Probably could have leaned the mixture a little bit. We're at 4,000 feet, almost MSL. But we're good. Alright, I'm gonna trim up a little bit. And we're doing good. Alright, we're on our way. Reporting straight out here. Everything's working again, even though we had a filling problem at the beginning. That was weird, man. And we're going to be probably going right near Scottsbluff out there, which is again where the emigrants went through Mitchell Pass. That's it. My tow guide tracker's not working right now. I'll fix that later. Yeah, just some of them. I wouldn't say be worried about it, but if you experience overheating where it's crashing the desktop, they had a fix for it. But I didn't get the intel. That was one of my reasons. That wasn't like a big thing. But I wouldn't worry about it, my friend. I'd only worry about it if you're going through it, because they did send a fix out, and they made it better. I just didn't feel like dealing with any of that. But I also got the AMD because the V cache. Please don't take this the wrong way. The cache that they have in this, I can't remember what they call it, but it's supposed to be better for loading scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You still have a very solid setup.
It's one of two things.
Jeffrey B, how you doing, my
or
friend?
over inebriation.
All right, we got off the ground today, and we're actually flying. How's that? Pretty good. Are you subscribing too? Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You need anything, just let me know.
How's training going, Nick?
When's the beverage service? Yeah, that's
Quite trying
not
to
included
tap.
on this plate. Did you pay the extra fee?
That's me and my friend flying to, where are we going? It's New Hampshire there. Nashua. That was a long time ago. It's a good flight. I didn't get to fly with him this summer, so. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about your processor unless you have problems with it. So it's a pretty good beefy processor still. So I can't believe that you can't get things just like without the blingy lights half the time though. And I know it's going out of style now, but it's just amazing. All right, we're gonna try to get the autopilot on here. So on with the autopilot. It's doing some weird heading thing. I just want nav. There we go. Should be good. I forgot that we're gonna climb to 8,500. So we do that now too. Hopefully the autopilot's gonna stick and work. So it doesn't look like it is, but now it does. Forgot my landing lights and my fuel pump, which doesn't need it now, but. All right. Awesome, dude. Very cool. Very cool. Well, you're getting through it. That's what matters. Okay, shout out to Otto, the autopilot, for working. It looks like it was.
Automatic pilot.
Kind of working. I might have done that a little too soon. So it doesn't seem like, There we go. And we're climbing to 8,500
I'll go back
on
to
the
the
Oregon
passengers.
Trail. That's cool, man. I don't know why this is going nuts, but. Alright, let's go. Otto, kick it in. Let's go. You're making us look bad. Scottsbluff, right over here where all the Oregon Trail went through. We're see if we can get an outside view. Right there. So this is the museum. This is the Mitchell Pass. And again, the route is right there. I mean, if this is the real route, it does have wagons on it nowadays in the museum. And they would have gone this way following, I believe, the Platte River. But we're going right to Fort Laramie. So we get to miss a lot of that. I went over some aviation history because I would like to get the VinFizz flights like done this year. Never get to finish them. But some guy flew like one of the people that was on the Oregon Trail. And he flew them like in an old, like, you know, I want to say right plane, but you know, that era of plane. And he showed him that he could get further than what he did in like an hour. It was crazy, even back then. But we're also using the Bijan Studios. I bought it today. Bijan Studios Seasons Enhanced. So it's supposed to be make better trees. And it's supposed to help with frame rates because they get rid of a lot of the photogrammetry trees. We see us tearing. I'm gonna have to look at my settings on that one. So I don't quite know what's going on with that, but could be the frame gen. You can always turn it off and get 30 frames. But right now we're pumping 93 frames per second. So that kind of, and I'm maxed out on settings. So that kind of tells you something. My GPU is being 83% utilized, and my CPU, the whole thing, is being utilized at 35, and we're at 4.3 gigahertz. It turbos to like 5 point something. But we are looking pretty good now. Yay. I tried doing these flights yesterday, and I couldn't do it because the weight and balance thing was all over the place in 2024. I was getting nervous because it wasn't letting me fill it full fuel. We have overcome all those things. I'm going to Fort Laramie. Platte River off our right. I'm able to run other things at the same time a little bit better because this is optimized for multi-tasking, if you will, on the processor. So get my Google Maps ready. But yeah, so Laramie is going to be to the east of Laramie Regional Airport where we're going to land. Then we'll talk about the significance of that. My daughter is coming here. Everyone, Maddie's on board. Hi. What's up? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure you had everything you needed. No, that's my soda. In fact, I was going to ask you to get me a soda, please. But you can have a soda. One. I'm talking to my daughter, by the way, not an invisible ghost. I'm just letting you all know out there. So. Yeah, I can see that, but you're okay. All right, go get a soda. All right. Well, Nick, I picked it because I think it's a little bit better, but that's just my personal opinion. I did ChatGPT. I researched a lot, and I'm not trying to doubt the 14th gen because I think that's a hell of a processor still. But the AMD has been awesome, honestly. It's been awesome. It easy to set up, no problems. So yeah, just saying. Again, they have. Let me see what it says. And we're not poo-pooing on anything. That 14th gen is a heck of a chip still. So, but if you go to ChatGPT, it'll compare the AMD. This also costs a lot more though. Like this was a $600, and that's like me buying it like not in the retail box. It cost me like $620 for just the processor. So versus you have an i14-900K, right? We gotta go up there and scroll back. ChatGPT does a good job comparing everything. I gotta be honest with you. Did you max out 2024? Because I was able to max it out. Yeah, 14,900. Okay. But I feel weird because like 99. I've always bought Intel. I've never bought AMD. And I made that change. So. But here's what ChatGPT says. I'll let that say it. I love the AMD though. It has more cores, threads. Base clock is 4.3, boosts up to 5.7. This is the AMD. It uses a little bit more power, but it is more expensive. So, AMD pulls ahead in multi-core. That's only because I got the 9950X3D. I wanted that because I do video editing and stuff. But it's 23% faster in multi-threaded benchmarks like Blender and Cinebench. You don't need that for Microsoft Flight Simulator though. And then Intel holds its own in single-threaded tasks. That's what I'm saying. So. Multi-threading tasks, this does better, but single thread, which is more about simulator, it will be there. Intel retains a slight lead in 1080p gaming, 10% faster FPS on average. I do 4K though. And then my processor overtakes the Intel when factoring in newer results. The 9950X3D is 26% faster than the 14.9. That's because it's a newer processor though. And Verge magazine called the 9950X3 the world's best processor for gamers and creators, which I do both of that. So actually the 14900 is less power efficient because it can pull up to 250 watts, and I get better performance per watt and runs cooler due to advanced N5 architecture, 3D V-cache. That 3D V-cache is what I'm talking about. That is a thing that is helping the simulator. So but yeah, so, and this is what I'm talking about, the stability, and this is not yours, okay? This is only if it did happen, but people had problems with the 14th gen K chips. They had issues under heavy load and high power settings, including potential degradation and instability in gaming coding tests. I wouldn't worry about that unless it actually happens. And then I'm gonna kick this back to 2500. And we're also gonna do the mixture. AMD's, this is the big thing with the AMD thing for the simulator. 3D V-cache chips Need scheduler driver updates for optimization, but recent fixes have improved performance stability. That cache makes things load better and faster in the simulator. So I do have to get rid of this little waviness there, which I have to. Should look at those settings too. But your processor is also like $110 cheaper with the suggested retail price. So. But is the 14.9 bad? Heck no, not at all. And you should be able to max out things, I think, with the 14.9. But you can see that I think the terrain looks better. But again, I got everything maxed out, and the level of detail and I got it out to 400, 200, so that's why it's going to load that stuff more in advance. No, the 14 is still a good chip, but just saying. My next purchase, which won't happen anytime soon, is going to be a 5090, but I also rebuilt my old desktop for my son. We put my old 2080 in it, and in fact, we just took his stuff, copied it over. I had another NVMe drive. I had a 1 terabyte for my old laptop that I killed while Bitcoin mining. Yikes. But yeah, that's not the laptop I'm using here. This is the laptop that replaced that because I was an idiot. But yeah, he's using that, and that's an i9 9900K. That runs most things fine. Just a simulator because I had to dial down some settings to get it to work really well. But yeah, we're still got 92, 93 frames. So now again, this isn't a big mountainous region or anything. I'm about 90 frames per second maxed out. I turn motion blur off though because I hate that stuff. The other problem is that you're going to have to get a new motherboard because that doesn't support AMD. There are two different types of motherboards. You need an AM5 socket for the AMD and also the memory. I don't know if the memory has to be different. I think it does, but it has to support Expo. But I wouldn't rush to change that. I think the 14th gen is fine. So, and again, the AMD, the 9950X costs money, you know. I got someone flying with me because I just saw a shadow. Goes to Johnny, flying over, doing the flyby. I salute you. Oh, I did the wrong command. Oh, come on, man.
Be you about to die? Salute you.
Just saying. Wow. All right. Anyways, Denver Center is on, but I'm gonna stay just 1200 because I feel like it. No, I guess we get some flight call. I'm not even on that Unicom right now like I'm supposed to be. I got all caught up talking. 127.65. We'll get some flight call. That's what they're there for. So there we go. Okay, good. Alright, here we go. Denver Center, November 120, Echo Foxtrot.
November 120, Echo Foxtrot, Denver Center, good.
Warrior 0, Echo Foxtrot, type Papa Alpha 28 Alpha. Requesting flight following. We are 8,500 VFR direct to Kilo Lima Alpha Romeo VFR.
Number 2 Echo Foxtrot, say your altitude request.
We're at 8,500.
Number 2 Echo Foxtrot, squawk 4374 and ident.
4374 and ident. 0 Echo Foxtrot. I think you said 74, right? I can't remember now because I'm an idiot. Alright, back on. And ident. Make sure that I did went through. I'm not sure about this waviness. I think that's just the setting. I have the low latency thing. I don't want to change anything. Maybe we'll check my settings. Just
Richard Echo Foxtrot radar contact 4 miles northeast of the Cheyenne VOR.
I should have said where I was.
VFR.
Maintain VFR, 0 Echo Foxtrot. There you go. Yeah, but I wouldn't rush to get an AMD chip. You got the motherboard. You'd have to replace the motherboard too, I believe. Pretty sure, because it takes different sockets. Keep that one for a while. That's what I would do. Hawk Springs Reservoir right over here, or left. Goes to Johnny up our right. And we're at the plains, getting towards the Rockies. Going to Fort Laramie on the Oregon Trail, everybody. Yeah, I must have VSync on somewhere. I don't really want it on there. I would wait. I just use what you got, and it's not bad at all, to be honest with you. Dude, I would have killed for a 14th gen about like a year ago. Just that when I came to want to buy a new system, I really researched like every little thing. So now I'm spilling Dr. Pepper on my shirt. That's cool. You do better until they come up with a better processor. By the way, the 9950X 3D is the most expensive one. But I, again, multitask and do video editing and all that stuff. And it's also a business write-off because I do the videos and have to file taxes. But if you get the 9800X 3D, I think it is, that one actually edges out in gaming only a little bit. But for multitasking, the 9950X 3D has more cores in it and everything. So that one's a little cheaper. That's probably what, $400 to $500. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I hope that you research that. I'm like, yeah, because I do a lot more than just flight simming. So.
Denver Center, 469, flight level 430.
In the Comanche out there, very nice, sir.
Upjet 469, radar contact. Good morning.
So I don't know if the Seasons does much. The Bijan Studio Seasons does much out here, but well, what I would do is I just. When you're ready to build one, which shouldn't be anytime soon.
5 arrival, Denver landing south.
I would say just look at what's out there, because I might go back to Intel someday. They have that newer processor, which is more about multi-threading and this and that. But again, this just seemed like the better deal, and they're both kind of expensive. But this was expensive, and I ripped out my old hard drive. So like, you know, again, I had stuff to put back in. I took the 3 NVMe drives I had, took them out, put them in here. So that didn't cost me anything. The 3090 I had, put it in there. So really I ended up buying the new fans, the case, the motherboard, the processor, the all-in-one cooling unit I had to put in there. But yeah, I'd hold on to that for a while. I wouldn't trade it out. It's still a very powerful system. Way good for Microsoft Flight Simulator. No real need to change things. That i9 was getting limited a little bit here and there on certain things, so that's why.
Call from Nate, I'll take it. Denver, Center radar contact. Good morning.
My general rule is after about 5 years, I start looking at what's around.
Good morning, radio 700.
So, and my laptop, I'm probably not going to buy another laptop for a while because it works fine. Just a Wi-Fi card, had to rip it out. I don't know what happened there, but we connect to Ethernet when I'm at home, and when I'm at work, I have a Wi-Fi dongle. So. But all right, we just passed the Hawk Springs Reservoir, past Horse Creek. We are on our way to Fort Laramie in Wyoming on the Oregon Trail. But I look, I don't say I'm gonna buy. I only buy if I feel like I really have degrading performance on anything. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. This was mostly about the simulator because I was having like problems with memory, and it was saying, oh, and it said that it was CPU bound basically. So my processor was the thing that was slowing it down. The 3090 is still a heck of a card, but the 5090 is like, you know, way better, obviously. There's no need to rush for it. It works great. I got 90 frames per second.
001 contact Minneapolis Center 133.4. Good day.
So
33.4 for Canadian Express.
Start looking around every 5 years. See what's out there. See if it's worth it. It's gotta be worth it. Not just I buy it because it's been 5 years, but yeah. And ChatGPT, enter in what you currently have, then enter what you're looking at, and it'll tell you. And you can even say, compare this thing, my current system, right, all your specs there, with this, which is the specs that you're looking at for running Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and it will lead you through everything. Like I asked if it would be able to max out settings with lots of crap, loads
Denver
of
Center,
add-ons.
United 2193, coming through flight level 180, flight level 230, direct EME. United 2193, Denver Center, good morning, call me team.
Not in a rush to get a 5090. You gotta figure out this V-Sync.
Flight level 380, United 2193.
We're gonna be at Laramie in about 44 minutes, then we're gonna continue on to Casper, Wyoming. And rainy up here in the northeast for real,
United
so that's why I'm not biking today. I wanted to, my hip's feeling a little bit better. I'm becoming an old man, that's all I know.
United 2328, the Americans to the west, Salt Lake offline, radar service is terminated, frequency cruise, get it?
Alright, we're gonna switch tanks here from the left to the right. Fuel pump on. And going to the right. And fuel pump off. And we're good. I will say I bought cheaper fans for the case. They're RGB lighting and everything, but like they're like a thermal something or another brand. But for me, a fan's a fan. You know, just because they're RGB, that was an extra bonus. So, you know, it does look pretty sweet though. Someday I'll take. I got one picture on my Discord. But let's boost this up to 2500. All right. Very cool planes here. Getting to mountains. Looks like we might have a little rain out there. Yep. Do you mean like a cooler that goes on the processor, or do you mean like a liquid throughout the entire system? Because I have the all-in-one cooler also. It just seems to be the way to go nowadays. I remember the days of like Pentiums where you'd buy like a wicked big fan, just put it on top. God, I was looking at a video about Pentiums from like 1993. I'm talking like the first Pentium processor. That was like 93, but I remember my brother got one at 95. He got like a 100 megahertz Pentium processor. We thought it was the best thing ever. And there was no liquid cooling back then. It was just fans. And the cases came in like that nice beige color. I still have some of my cases downstairs. I was looking at it the other day. Same part.
Air Canada,
yep.
1038, maintain flight level 330.
If you have tubes running throughout the entire system, it's probably liquid cooling a lot. It's a liquid cooled system. So the all-in-one is this square that goes right on top of the processor, and then it has a fan that you connect somewhere, and it loops the heat out of that fan. So they're kind of required nowadays for big processor. They still sell fans, but I'm just saying. But yeah, my son's enjoying the i9. We upgraded it to Windows 11 today. The 2080. For a 12-year-old, I don't think that's that bad, right? It's just parts I had laying around after I built this. So. And I took my brother's laptop that he was using. I'm just going to store it for sentimental purposes. I just put everything back in it that was in it. So. And of course, my daughter's like, "Where's my computer now?" She's 7. Be a couple of years. I don't know about that V-Sync though. I'm gonna have to search that out. I must have touched the setting and didn't know about it. Yeah, that looks beautiful. And we're getting over 100 frames now. 103 frames per second and maxed out settings except for motion. Put that off. But again, we're not in like New York. New York I was getting like 30 to 50 and LA, I went all the way down to 22. But again, that's what the crap loads of add-ons. So. Exactly. And that's for us, seeing that that's what we mostly use, you know, for entertainment and also practice purposes. That's when you think about buying a new one, you know what I mean? Or building your own, I should say. I build my own, so. But you can buy one. So. Exactly, yeah. So I still can't get the PMDG 737 to work in 2020. I was working on it yesterday morning, and the frames were fine. It was like 22 frames per second in LAX on 2020. And I got everything done. I went to go push back and it crashed the desktop again. So I'm thinking it's something with the actual plane with service update 16. I could be wrong, but they're starting the test phase now, from what I read, of the 737 for 2024.
Class 5 arrival,
so
Denver landing south.
we'll have to look into that because
That'd be the Class 5.
slowly making the transition to 2024 now. So gonna keep 2020 installed for a while. Yeah, they just said they're gonna start testing it now. They've been working on a 737 next gen for 2024. I should learn how to fly the Airbus, I think, 320, because they have that on 2024. I don't know how good it is, but kind of miss flying the airliner. So, oh really? I get through all like the setting up everything. Oh really? Yeah, it didn't work for me. I went to go push back. I got approved for pushback. Started pushing back, and then crashed the desktop. So, I don't know. They said it might be the WASM files, which is like all the integrations within the simulator with the plane. So I'm gonna have to reinstall it and try it from there. That's what I think I'm gonna have to do. But that only started happening after service update 16, so I don't know what's going on with that. It actually became a little less stable for me after service update 16. It was fine at service update 50. This is gorgeous though. This is working. So, you're right. With that, imagine you have to go over this with wagon, oxen, if you will, plural. The VSync problems seem to have subsided somewhat, so I don't know what that's all about. Probably not the cockpit though. No. That might be the frame gen. Yeah, I'm running the frame gen on, so. Then they have that software called Project Lasso, which is supposed to like take your system and like optimize it better. So we'll see about that. I haven't installed it. I'm not running it because I thought it was going to cause problems. You know, stable without it. We'll see. But see how I could see all the way out in the distance now. I couldn't do that in the I-9. It would be blurry out there. So.
Southwest 2311, contact Denver, approach 120.35, get it.
See, I come from the days where AMD was like making clone processors of the 486 and stuff like that.
Delta 439, good morning. Break stop at 2311, contact Denver, approach 120.35.
But this was it. This was the time that I actually just said, AMD is the way to go. So. And I like NVIDIA for graphics cards still, so that's just me though, that's a personal opinion. Wow, cannot believe how this looks compared to what I had before. Do have some rain out there. Just have to get rid of these wrinkles. obviously hit some type of setting, so. I also reinstalled the new drivers for the video, so maybe it's cleared out something. That's why I'm gonna check this on the side right now. Probably should check this before. Check it out now. Program settings. Or it's running so high on the things that the refresh rate, this is only 60 hertz refresh rate here, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. We'll see.
Air Canada 1038, traffic 12 o'clock, 10 miles, westbound flight level 340, restricted above you, shipping no factor.
Hey, firm, listen for the traffic, no factor, American 1038.
JetBlue 71 traffic 12 o'clock eastbound flight was 330, the restricted below you, shipping effector.
You know, I like to do someday. I'd like to see how well I'd run the older sim versions. I used to do that all the time. And I'd have like emulation on for like Windows 7 and stuff. But we'll see. Should be here somewhere. There it is. Okay, add selected program. Yeah, I didn't optimize any of this. So, vertical sync. Use global setting. Use the 3D application setting. I didn't apply it yet. Give me a second.
Air Canada 1038, climb and change level 370.
How about I turn it off from here? I don't know if it's got an update either, so. Right, I'll try to figure that out after. There's a good YouTuber who does flightsim, does all his testing, so I'm going to have to go through what he calls his holy grail settings. They've been really good.
American 1043, 80% radar contact position reported. Good.
28.5 minutes till we get to Laramie. As you can see on our trying to flight back. And the elevation's going to go up, so we might have to go up in elevation. I said 8.5 because that looked like it was going to do it, and then get in there. So, all right, let's get some weather ready. 135.7475. $475. My wife's singing for veterans or something right now too, so this was a good time to do this.
Station 5, take a steer, 100%,
262 at 11. It's a class Echo, so we're good there. 262. So let's do our crosswind component here. Yeah, all right. See what I do. This FlightWinds is a good app. 262 at 11. Kind of torn between two runways here. I don't know why it's doing that radio thing. I might be far out. It might just be 2024. 30 or 21. Probably 30. All right. Runway 30. Headwind of 9 knots. Crosswind of 6. What did I say in the other one? 21, right? Yeah. Oh, crosswind of 8 on runway 21. Headwind of 7. So we might do runway 21. Runway 21's just a smidgen better. So I'm thinking runway 21. Awesome crosswind component calculator right there. Save your time because we'd have to look at graphs if not, you know. Alright. Runway 21, there's a stadium in Laramie that we gotta watch out for. Let's go back to guard. You know what that means if you've seen this channel before.
You're on guard, Whip.
Meow. Still pulling 90, 93 frames per second on here. That's with frame gen though, so you figure half that if I wasn't running the frame gen mod, which is still respectable and decent. It's 45.
United 1838, the
All
American to the
settings
west, following
maxed.
offline, radar services terminated, frequency change brief today.
Over to the dark side, just United 1838.
And as you can see on the map, we're going to start getting to higher elevations here. Then we're going to go to Casper today. We're going to end it there. And then this is for Independence Rock. That's where Independence Rock is in comparison to Casper. So I sent that for like the drone. Gotta get an idea of where it is. So we'll also talk about Laramie when we get there.
Master call, just want to say your call sign only, please.
Independence 1.
Look at that. Look at those beautiful graphics. It does definitely make a difference.
Independence
I'll tell you
1,
that.
Denver Center Recycle Transponder, squawk 0557.
Just have to figure out the VSync, whatever refresh issue this is.
Independence 1 is going to be 0557.
Wasn't doing that before, so I must have touched something. Doing okay on fuel, so keep it going there. Take a look outside. Beautiful sun.
Independence 1, climb maintain, flight level 380.
And you don't see HDR graphics like I do. That's a little less red, if you will, than on my monitor. But still not bad.
Polar 9260, Denver Center, good morning.
I don't know if YouTube does, if I only stream to YouTube, that is, HDR graphics would stream. But I know that Kick and Twitch don't support that. And then
Polar 9260, climb maintain.
one time we tried doing 1440p, or whatever that was, 2K if you will, on Twitch, and that didn't work when I was multi-streaming, so I was like, I'm good. It did work with YouTube actually. Kick didn't work at all with 2K.
Polar 9260, April maintain, flight level 320.
But again, if you're just tuned in, this is the first flight with my new computer system I built, the AMD 9950X3D. Really loving it. I'm not sure why we have VSync problems, but I'll figure that out later. I must have touched something. Goes to Johnny out there, joining us on our flight today. He's in the Comanche. It was a little faster. And this is fully maxed out settings in 2024, except we have motion blur off.
United 2270, Denver Center radar contact. Good morning. And just verify, do you have the longs for arrival on board, or are you still in the longs too?
Could be FrameGen that's doing that, so I don't know.
Polar 9260, climb maintain flight level 360.
There's traffic down there. And you're hearing Denver Center.
Denver Center up to 460 an hour, about 17 miles from Papa Drop.
Up to 469, Assembly the Vale 1 arrival, Eagle Center 3037.
Descend via the Vale 1 and check Vale Center up to 469.
United 2270, clear to the Denver airport, the present position, direct Albert, Lima Bravo Echo Romeo Tango to join the longs for arrival.
Nice scenery, huh?
Polar 9260, just confirm, did you want 340 or 320? 340. Polar 9260, common maintain flight level 340.
Can you get VPilot to be always on top? If we can, let's check. Keep window visible. Yep, they got it. Okay, I'm gonna do that because every time I click on my OBS to check something, it goes away. There we go. Very good. I remember the days of having it like be a module within the simulator, and you'd have to have it on the screen. Of course, people didn't stream back then, but I remember those days. Now that was with Satco, maybe, just like a predecessor of that sim. I remember those days. Those were good times.
393, contact Denver approach 120.35.
It's the times where we didn't even have voice for ATC. You had to type everything. You had no choice.
Golf 78 Alpha Tango, descend via the Mary 1 arrival, Aspen altimeter 3043.
Descend by the Mary 1.
20.5 minutes to go. And we're going to be landing runway 21. We got to see the airport first. So. Everything's working fine. Took you long enough. But yes, first impressions, love the new computer.
2193 Mercedes to the West Salt Lake offline, radar service is terminated.
Gonna have to start making a little bit more money outside of this.
United 2193 Salt Lake offline, over to Unicom, have a good one.
So,
Continental 267 Lee Mercedes to the West Salt Lake offline.
probably try
radar
making a
service
video for your
terminated.
DIY channel today. So, we'll see what we can do. Because it's raining out and I can't go biking. Sorry, I just noticed I left my Star Trek gnome out in the yard. My wife really loves it. You know? It came out, I was like, it belongs right here. It's my William Riker gnome.
Number
really
5,
cool.
Tango Sierra, you're still a little bit far from top of drop, so expect your
Oh God, first banning of the day. Be right back, everybody. Ban hammer. Gotta get a ban hammer. We'll see ya.
Hey, number 5, Tango Sierra, expect your descent via clearance, and that's called about 80 miles.
By the way, there will be, I have to put a thing on here, but there'll be a match on the Great Cycle Challenge funds this Wednesday. They only have one day to do it. But if you want to donate to the cause, I'm riding 150 miles on a bike this month. I've done 20, just haven't been able to do it due to a hip not feeling good and now rain. I would have been out there today, would have got another 20, but we're going to get it done. So I'm riding 150. We had a big marathon at the end of July, beginning of August. We had 2 marathons actually. We raised over $2,800. Thanks to people like Jeffrey B. and support like people like Nick Resla and others, and we appreciate that very much. I'll be rocking the superhero jersey the next ride, which is the one that you get when you raise more than $2,500. So I don't know if I think I put a picture in Discord of me wearing the jersey, the $500 one. I could be wrong on that, but if I didn't, then I guess I should post one. But in my Discord, I have a text channel for Great Cycle Challenge 2025, and I'm tracked by GPS and everything when I do it. So I kind of made a video out of it. It's pretty cool. So, but that was on September 1st, so I got to get out there again. It's been 6 days. Again, my hip has been bugging me. Not it's not even from the bike riding, it's just in general. I don't know what happened, but.
Stop at 1647 right. Denver Center. Good morning.
I'm going to cancel flight following, and we're going to get to 2-1 because we're right outside, as you can see from this. My electronic flight bag. Laramie's coming up, so. Denver Center, Warrior Zero Echo Foxtrot requesting cancellation of flight following.
Warrior Zero Echo Foxtrot, no traffic observed between you and the Laramie Airport. Block maintained VFR, radar services terminated. Please exchange brief today.
Roger, thank you, Warrior Zero Echo Foxtrot. Unicom 200 and back to Alts. Oops. There you go. Alright, so anyways, we're gonna get ready for 2-1. That magenta thing will help me line up, and I still have to see the airport, but we're gonna go heading mode here. Just have to get this all set up. I'm gonna go to the west. Intercept that. Try to do a direct in. That's our goal to Laramie. Save a little time. I'm also gonna switch that to heading mode. also going to get the CTAF in here, which is 12305. Wow, that's interesting. Five, 05, not 005. There you go. Good job, Eric. Proud of you. And we'll go more this way. Let's get a good landing at Laramie. Nice scenery. And this is what we're trying to do.
Stick the left. In this challenge, the pilot will do his best to avoid certain death by keeping the plane on a good flight path with a constant angle descent lined up to center line. Good. Stick the landing and don't suck.
Don't suck. It's the biggest thing you can do is suck. Don't suck. And we'll be landing at Laramie in a little while. We're intercepting that. Get extended final for runway 21. We'll start announcing our intentions about 10 nautical miles ahead. Beautiful scenery. Rain in the distance. Get the weather one more time.
Alpha Romeo automated weather observation. 1700 Zulu. Wind 262 at 11.
That must be what it is. When you're too far, it does that.
Sky condition. Few clouds at 3400 4,900 overcast. Temperature 19 C. Dew point 5 C. Altimeter 30 tree.
One more time. So 262 at 11. Yeah, so still 2 more.
Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few clouds at 3400 ceiling 4,900 overcast. Temperature 19 C. Dew point 5 C. Altimeter 30 tree.
Alright. We're good to go. Let's go do it one more time though, because that's what it does in 2024.
You're on guard, Whip.
Monitoring guard. Call 2.
Meow. Few clouds at 3400 ceiling 4,900 overcast. Temperature 19
There's a peak out here we gotta watch out for. Which is at 8,600 feet. So look at that beautiful mountain over there. Or I don't know if you call that a mountain, but I'm gonna call it a mountain. More like a hill. Man, that looks good, huh? Try to get rid of that jello thing there when I move. I'm thinking it's a V-sync thing, so I don't know. Go a little bit more south here. That's why electronic flight bags rock, especially with this being kind of get you set up earlier, save time. If you're renting a plane, you know time is money, so. Time is money. We're flying the Piper Warrior here. I didn't take any pictures at all with these screenshots, so I might as well take one now. And you do indeed see some reds and yellows. This must be the Seasons add-on from Bijan Studio that I just bought today. I bought it this morning, literally before the stream. I think it was like $15, but it's supposed to make it like seasonal. Kind of looks like snow though. I don't know how. That's not the Bijan thing. But alright. I mean, it's getting towards fall, but it's not fall yet. Kind of nice to see some variety. just gotta watch out for any peaks. Because we're getting between all these mountains and hills and stuff. We are getting some wind off the mountains. That's why we're bouncing up and down. Okay, fuel. I'm gonna go to the left here. So fuel pump on. Left tank. Fuel pump off. Fuel pressure is good. See a little variety though. Give it that. Okay, we'll chuck the tablet for a little bit so you get a better view of all this. Do have some inclement weather around, so you know we gotta take a look at that too as well. Just keep flying, but I think we'll be okay. It's weird because SkyVector says Laramie 270 at 11. Okay, 10 square miles visibility. Yep, broken at 7,000, overcast at 9,000. The temperature and dew point are not close, so that usually would mean that there's not going to be precipitation. Altimeter 3033. But it does say there's going to be showers tonight, so maybe it's just clouds. Actually, no, it does say 2 o'clock-ish. Yeah, it does say that there's going to be showers here and there. Probability. So we'll see. Yeah. You guys see a buffalo down there? No, I'm kidding. What is that? Oh, it's a house. If I see buffalo, I'm going to go ape. I'm going to go ape. That's all I know, because that'd be awesome to see on the Oregon Trail. So. It does look like we're kind of in like a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a tundra, but like a, I don't want to call it Arctic, but you know what I mean. It's kind of like in the hills type deal. Runway 21's going to be that way. I'm not liking the altitude here, though. So maybe we should go 10.5. Let's go 10.5. I thought 8.5 would do it. Obviously not. Okay, vertical speed. Up. And full throttle. Alright, just not liking that hill there, so I thought we could get away with it. Oh, look at that sun. This is rural time and weather, too, by the way. Beautiful. Beautiful scene. That doesn't look like the plains. I don't know what does. Wow. Ten and a half minutes out from Laramie. Believe it or not, we only have like 4 or 5 more flights on this, and then we're done with the Oregon Trail. So, and that depends how much we fly, but we have one more destination after this today. And then, I would love to fly again today, but I have to see what's going on. So, it won't be the Oregon Trail. And I do have to get ready for the VinFizz. I like to live stream some of the biking too for the Great Cycle Challenge. So I have to get like a whole scene for that. Have done that in the past, but I gotta find something that when the signal cuts out from my phone for the internet, that it goes to like a standby screen or something that says "Be right back," signal lost, you know. All right, runway 21. Going for a full stop here at Laramie, and then we'll talk about the significance of Laramie on the Oregon Trail. should be out there. And Laramie itself is over here, I think. Okay, building out the mixture. Beautiful view. That's why we do a series of flights when I plan it out and actually get time to fly it, because I've never flown around here, so in real life nor simulator. Yeah, Laramie's supposed to be right off there. Excuse my sniffles. That's gotten better at least. Actually, the airport's right there, so this is Laramie right over there. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, let's go El Manuel. Let's fly this thing. Okay. Start our descent. 2,100-ish. Trim up. Let's keep it at 2,500. My trim wheel's going out of control. That is our airport. So switch over to the CTAF. Laramie traffic, Warrior Zero Echo Foxtrot. We are 9 nautical miles to the northeast, setting up an extended final. Full stop, runway 21 Laramie. If you did want to join us, by the way, we're on the East server. Service update 3, which everyone should be on. And remember this.
You are still dangerous. You can be my wingman anytime.
Bullshit. You can be mine.
That's what I'm talking about. Brother and sisterhood. Mano a wumano. We could fly. That's Laramie, everybody. Trimming down 500 feet per minute here. And announce the descent, seeing that we're kind of doing that now. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
By the way, I never did get a shout out to Jeff.
Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all
Thanks
carry-on
for,
luggage is
subscribing and
stowed
coming out, my
safely and
friend.
securely in the aircraft. Thank you.
And at least on Kick, it did a go follow Jeffrey B's channel. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to get that on all the others. I have bot Ricks on there, I guess, which I tried doing. Let's see what I can do. Should probably make a type out a message. Cool. Alright, anyways. I'm gonna go in for the kill here. Gas. Fuel pump on. Undercarriage not needed. Mixture. I'm doing that because it kind of helps me out here. I think we should be good. We're gonna increase it just a little bit. Prop not needed. Flaps. I know I'm kind of doing it for the Arrow, but it works for the Warrior in a certain way too. Okay, we're not there yet. We're gonna carb heat on though. Go back to 1800. And now do a thing of flaps. Keep it angling down there. Uh-oh. That's my laptop. That's not the computer. Yeah, what did I do? Was it not hooked up or something? I don't know. Something's happening. I gotta fly the plane though. Laramie traffic, Warrior Zero Echo Foxtrot, 5 nautical miles extended final runway 21 full stop Laramie. Not sure what that's all about, but that's my laptop. That's not the new computer built. interesting. Do I have it on max fan? That's the thing I have to see. Fan speed. Yeah, it's on cooler boost. Okay. So usually that's the video card working too hard. I have a 3080 Ti in the laptop, so. Okay. It's a little underpowered if you ask me. Trimming up a little bit. Okay. Airport diagram for Laramie because it's class Echo. We're going to go off to the right somewhere along the way. Taxi back. Prepare for landing. Laramie traffic. Where is your Echo Foxtrot 3 nautical miles out? Extended file runway 21. Full stop, Laramie. I missed my Tobii eye tracker right now. Maybe we should try fixing that really fast before we move on to Casper Run. Goes to Johnny, joining us off the left there. It seems a little slow. Okay, I'm gonna keep the mixture around there because there's 7,200 feet MSL on here. The other thing of flaps. I want to keep it about 75, so I'm going to heck that whole RPM thing. Trim up a little bit. Feels like I have a wind from my right, which would make sense because it's 211. Here we go. I want to be about 65 when I get down there. I'm gonna wait for my final thing of flaps. Trim it up. See how the airport's already loaded? That's that level of detail kicking in. Full flaps. Laramie traffic, where's your Echo Foxtrot Flight runway 21 full stop, Laramie. Okay. Trimming down. More in the middle. Little slow. Looking decent. Okay, throttle's coming out right about now. Definitely a wind off my right, so I have a little aileron when needed. Left rudder, keep it in the middle of the nose. Flaring. Oh, sweet. That was a good landing. You notice that there's no hesitation on the simulator anymore. There shouldn't be in the planes, but I'm just saying there's not. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the right over here. Right where Goes to Johnny did. Clean this up. Very good. Welcome to Laramie, Wyoming. We'll get to the historical significance soon. I don't want to crush you, man, but I'm going to clear here. Whoops. I can't look to my right anymore, no. Laramie traffic, Warrior 0, Echo Foxtrot, clear runway 21, Laramie. Okay, let's clean it up right here, parking brake on. You can't see the tablets, let me show you that. Alright, after letting flaps up, carb heat off. Oh, why am I still moving forward? I don't know, because I thought I put parking brake on. Parking brake's not working. Okay, there it is. It is now. Dude, I don't know. This thing's got a mind of its own, I swear. There you go. Alright. Fuel pump off. Strobes off. Kind of need the strobes though, because that's my anti-collision. Landing light off. Taxi light. Not on. Picture is required. We'll leave it there. And we're good. Alright, we're going to attach to the ramp here. So let's do that now. Down Alpha 2. Welcome to Laramie, where we are pulling 60 something frames per second. Pretty good. Still gotta get rid of that little ripple there on the screen. Alright, transient parking's right there, so that's where we're going. And then I think I want to try, I don't know. I don't want to do that because if I ruin the stream, it's good. I was gonna say, let's get my Tobii eye tracker working. I think we're good. Take a look at Laramie too as well. On the camera. Ooh, the ramp. This is default scenery, obviously. I don't think Laramie's big on anyone's list for visiting, but it is on the Oregon Trail, so. Maxed out on everything here, so like ground crew and everything, it's the maximum on that, maximum variety of aircraft. We just went for it. We said, heck it, we just built a new computer. Let's put everything on at the highest quality. So I'm gonna pull right near these planes right over here. I can park in between here. Very good. Oof. All right, AMD 9950X3D first flight on the simulator. Parking brake on. We're about 1,000. Keep it up there. Checklist. ELT verify silent. It is avionics going off. Aerial lights except for beacon going off. Full lean on the mixture. Mags off. Master off. Lights off. And parking brake is on. Alright, let's go check out Laramie, shall we? Before we do that, though, let's talk about why we're here. So let me do that. Oh, man. Fort Laramie was one of the most important military posts along the Oregon Trail and a vital resting point for immigrants. Built in 1834, the fort provided supplies, protection, and support for travelers. Fort Laramie was also a major meeting point for pioneers and American Indians, or Native Americans as we like to call them today, where treaties were negotiated. Probably not held, though, obviously, given the history, but that's just the way it is. In fact, some guy had a good YouTube video the other day on that. So, but anyways, let's take the drone cam to Laramie. And that button's still a little sensitive. I don't know why. It has been since Source Update 3. And we're also going to turn off the follow mode, so that way there's no elevation issues. And this is oops, sorry, my bad. This is Laramie Regional here in Wyoming. And I should probably turn off the Laramie thing. Yeah, you think I would do that, right? Sorry, my bad. So here's Laramie Regional Airport. Right here. I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM so that we don't interact with them too much. And Laramie itself is to the east. So I gotta go between 1, 2, and 3. There's 3, there's 1, 2, so Laramie should be this way, I think. Nope, should be this way. Cool. Hi Laramie, you're right there. Alright, good. Alright, I don't know if the fort still exists. Let me see if that actually exists. I doubt it, but we'll see. Oh, there's a historic site actually, which is way out in the northeast. So Fort Laramie is actually northeast of Laramie, but I had to land somewhere. So let me get some directions from Laramie, and we'll see if we can actually see it. It's about 2 hours out almost from Laramie. Wow. Well, let's go look at Laramie first. It's a little town here in Wyoming. I gotta get these settings. I'm gonna see if these settings will stop doing this, but VSync should not be, it's not on. It's off because of the frame jack. Alright. So what's causing all that crap? You can see everything's ultra. I don't mean the flex, but it's a pretty hard flex right now. Yeah. Alright. Anyway. Could be DLAA that's causing that too. But I'm gonna leave it for now. Alright, gotta go drone cam again. Alright, that's Laramie. Now, from Laramie, we have to go north. So, that's not north. There's 30. That's 30. That's 21. So we want to go this way. Yeah. So this highway, we're gonna follow up. And Fort Laramie was way up here. I'm following the highways here. You see Bosler up ahead. We hit some lakes. We've gone too far. If I can't find it, we can say we tried, you know. And then we gotta go through the mountains. Which I think this is here. Oh, sure. Through the mountains, there should be a road. Yep, okay. Yep, it's loading scenery. Give it time. Should see Bordeaux. Bordeaux. Which I don't know if that's Bordeaux. Could be. See how much stuff's loading faster now because of the processor. Still takes some time, obviously. We're almost flying the drone cam, so. Right, there should be a highway up ahead. Kind of intersects with this. Alright, this is going to Lakeview North. And then we take a right onto this road. That's I'm going by Google Maps here. And it should be towards the end of this road. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's going to have a bunch of like farms and stuff. I think I'm going the right way. Is there a lake there? There's a reservoir. Ray Rocks. Reservoir, I'm seeing like a lake. Go high and see what's this reservoir. Anywhere. It's a big reservoir. So we should be able to see it. I don't know if this is it. I don't think so. I'll keep trying to find this, and if not, we're gonna just say we did, okay? But anyways, the fort's somewhere around here. I'm seeing like a big, it's like, trying to find out what those lakes are. You know? That's a pretty big reservoir to miss it, so. Alright, let's go this way. I'm gonna try to find that reservoir. Alright. Looking for a reservoir. Maybe not. Nope, that's a mountain. Got like a lake or something out there. That could be the reservoir, actually. Give me a second. And there's another lake down there. That's right up the road. Reservoir. That could be Grey Rocks Reservoir. I could be wrong. And Fort Laramie would be that way. Well, anyways, alright, we'll show it on Google Maps, I guess. So, I was looking for this thing, see what I'm saying? But, excuse me. Fort Laramie would be up here. And, this would be the fort right here. So, yeah, we landed at Laramie, Wyoming, which is further south. Over here. That's where we are. But it's up here. Off of Route 26. So that's where they would go back in the day in the Oregon Trail. Yeah, it's a National Historic Site. National Historic Site, I said that right. Okay. It's Fort Laramie right there. And that would be along this river, which I have no clue what that's called. Oh, the Platte River. That makes sense now. Because everything's been following the Platte River, so. Alright, we're gonna take off from Fort Laramie then. Or I should say Laramie, not Fort Laramie. That's why we went there. Return to plane. And we're gonna be on our way to Casper, Wyoming. Should I try to get my Tobii eye tracker to work? Maybe. Alright. I gotta recalibrate probably. Give me a second. Does everyone want to see how this works? I also have to move this window back to where it belongs. So let me do that too. Oh, no, I want to move the window. If that doesn't work, we're kind of stuck on the simulator, aren't we? Uh-oh. Alright, forget it. We're gonna fly to Casper. It's not really going with me there, but we're going to Casper, Wyoming next. We're gonna switch over to Casper on the leg as well. Casper, located along the Sweetwater River, served as an important crossing point for immigrants on the Oregon Trail just outside the city, which is about probably an hour. Is Independence Rock, one of the trail's most famous landmarks, where hundreds of pioneers carved their names into the stone. And nearby the Oregon Trail wagon rut's historic site preserves the deep grooves left by thousands of wagons, offering a powerful reminder of the massive westward migration that passed through the area. So that's why we're going to Casper, Wyoming next. Join me, shall you? I'm going to borrow that from Adam there. But that's where we're going. So let's get this thing started. We'll have to do a run-up and everything. I'm going to connect to VATSIM again. So that we're good to go. And we should be good. Alright, let's fill the plane too. Let's see if the fuel thing will actually load this time. Because it wasn't doing that before. It did it! Yay! But I've had a massive weight balance problem there. That's what happened yesterday. So, anywho, we are going to make it to Casper, which is just west of us. I should probably show you this. It's going to go over the mountains. We're definitely going to have to be at like 10:5 to get there. So, that's what's going to happen. That's going to be a slow climb after a while. 10:5. We got to be careful. But we will get there. Oh well. There's the Platte River. That's what I want to see on this. That's Laramie River. Laramie Range. Oh, there's the Fort Laramie. So maybe I should have gone to Camp Guernsey, but for now I'm gonna change that if I ever do this again. Yikes! But hey, we made it there somewhat. So, Fort Laramie, I changed it from. I'm gonna make a note here. Change to Camp Guernsey, KGUR. I would do that next time. Casper though is right where the Independence Rock is, so. I don't put a date on that. Alright, anyways. If there was a Wright Flyers Model B, I would probably try to do the VinFizz with that. But anyways, let's get started. I digress. Here we go. Okay, Pretend the pre-flight's done. Seat track, back lock, avionics are off. Autopilot is off. Carb heat is off. Throttle slight. It is. Brakes are set. Parking brakes on. Master on, beacon on. Get the collision on. Those go on? Nope. Come on now. Yeah. Well, that's not working. What's going on with that? I don't know. Alright. Oh, because they want strobe lights. That's right. You got to use the strobe light switch for that. Okay, excuse me. They're all hooked up to the beacon. Fuel pump on. Mixture full rich. We shouldn't have to prime it because we didn't land that long time ago. So, alright, here we go. Clear prop. Here we go. That almost worked. You know what it is? We don't have this leaned out. So let's lean it out. Clear prop. Or maybe not. Try it one more time, then I'm going to do auto start. Clear prop. Yeah, right. Something's going on. There we go. Don't quite know what that's about. I'm going to have to research that later. All right. Oil pressure is good. Fuel pump off. Good. Fuel pressure still holding. Lights. We'll turn the nav lights on. And everything else is good. Okay. Seat belts, harnesses, heat vent for us. How cold is it? It's about 65. We'll leave it halfway. Get a little bit of heat there. Okay. Avionics on. ATIS. Still programmed in there.
Kilo Lima Alpha Romeo automated weather
302. Boy, those switched up.
Wind 302 at 6. Visibility 10.
Alright, guess we're going 3-0 now.
10,200 scattered. Temperature 21C. Dew point 4C. Altimeter 3031.
3031.
Kilo Lima Alpha Romeo automated weather observation.
18005. That's programmed in already.
302 at 6.
This going to Casper. Kilo Charlie Papa Romeo. KCPR. It's an easy one to remember.
Dew point 4C. Altimeter 3031. Kilo Lima Alpha Romeo automated weather observation. 18000.
All right.
Wind 302 at 6. Visibility 10.
Back to guard. Take runway 30 on the way out here.
200 scattered. Temperature.
You're on guard with
Alright, so we're gonna go Alpha cross 213 Bravo down to 30. Everyone got that? Good. Yeah, next time I would go to Guernsey. I probably should have researched that better. I didn't know where the Fort Laramie National Historic Site was though. Now I do. So yikes. The other thing we'd do, guess we could overfly it. You want to overfly it? Let's overfly it. And then we'll move this before Casper. Oh. And we'll overfly it. No, maybe we won't. Oh, I know what I did. Yeah. Move down. This is going to go down. There we go. I have Independence Rocket. Yeah, we could overfly it. Let's overfly it, because I feel bad now. So, that way we still kind of went over the fort there, so we'll follow my electronic flight bag there. Get that going. Alright, which means we're going to use heading, and then we're going to do the Laramie thing. A little bit longer today, but worth it. Alright, checklist. Radio test on the way out. Transponder alt squawk. It is. ADSV is on. Transponder altimeter we've got. ATIS we've got. Okay, we'll do a run up. We're gonna go 30. So here we go. Parking brake off. No Toby eye tracking today for now. At least on this stream. I'll fix it after. Look at that paint job, huh? That's pretty nice. Laramie traffic, orders Echo Foxtrot departing the transient parking. Gonna take Alpha 2 Alpha Bravo cross 213 to runway 30, Laramie. Okay, let's do this. We are going to overfly Fort Laramie because I kind of feel bad. It's kind of like the whole point of the Oregon Trail flights. So, make that happen. Might have been nice if I researched it a little bit better. But hey, we made Laramie, you know. Feel like a douche canoe. Ugh. We were just resupplying, yeah. That's what we're doing. Laramie traffic. Warrior Circle Foxtrot crossing 213 at Bravo on the ground, Laramie. Is it me or is it not? It's not tearing as bad anymore. I don't know. Maybe that's a 2024 isn't that? Because it's not tearing. I'll have to research that. I have to go do all the settings, I guess. Make it better. But it's very scenic here. The grass is cool. Do a run up. We'll be on our way. And we're going to overfly where Fort Laramie is. Run up right here. Parking brake on. Should be about 1,000. Alright, checklist. Run up. Oops, crap. There we go. Brakes are set. Fuel proper tank. We're good. I'm gonna stay on the left. Trim set for takeoff. Well, I didn't do that after my landing, which I didn't, so we're good. Good thing we have that on the checklist. That's why we do a checklist. Okay. Gotta be a little bit more on the right there. Oh. What happened to my brake? Parking brake on. Well, heck it. I'll do it myself. There you go. Flight controls. Good. Annunciator lights. Good. Instrument. Start queries middle. No flag. Heading coordination. Go where it is. Vertical feels good. Terminal's good. Horizon looks good. Airspeed looks good. Mixture best power. We got about halfway. We're going to do that on the run up. And 2,000 RPMs. We'll adjust the mixture after this just to make sure. Okay, leaving out the mixture. Now's the drop right there. RPMs. I'm going to leave it right there. Alright, good. Right magneto. Back to both. Left. Back to both. Carpet on. Suction's good. Charging. Fuel pressure is good. Oil pressure, oil temperature in the green. We're going to idle. For those of you who don't know, this is how you test the engine before you take off carpet. Off. To 1,000. If there's a problem to take off full mechanical entry otherwise, and there's enough available runway ahead of us, we'll abort takeoff line directly ahead on the runway. Why'd this go full screen on me? Ugh. Alright. I guess that's what we're doing. If we are under, let's say, 8,000 feet, there's a problem mechanical entry otherwise, we'll land directly ahead with no more than 30-degree turns. Best glide speed is 73. And if we're above 8,000 feet, and there's a problem mechanical entry otherwise, this is not working. So we'll take a turn to the right. Gonna land that one on the taxiway of the grass. The runway was available to us. Best glide speed 73. Rotate at 55. Climb at 79. That's what we're doing. Everyone got that? All right. Anyways, we are going to make things happen. I think my parking brake went on. That button's getting stuck or something. Something funky with that button. It's a funky button. Okay. tablet off so you can see what we're doing. And let's announce it. Laramie traffic. Warriors Zero Foxtrot departing runway 30, departure to the north east. Laramie. Here we go. Definitely looks like the West Plains area. We'll overfly Fort Laramie, then we'll go on our way to Casper. If I ever did these flights again, I'd change it. We're in the middle, wheels on the floor, full throttle, here we go. We use my flight bag to do most of the navigating here to the Fort Laramie historical site. Rotate carefully, let it lift off the ground. There we go. Real world Pipers are kind of like that. You can rotate, but you gotta give it some time to get up there and build up speed. We're slowly trimming it up. 79 best climb. Okay, let's part straight out, then we'll take a right. Oh, birds. Yeah, birds. Heading indicator where it needs to be. Probably should have done that on the ground, but that's alright. Autopilot on. Heading. Let's get our climb going on. Alright. And we're not going to follow this so much because we're going to go electronic flight bag. Looking on my right, it seems to be clear. I go up 036, which then means we have to go 11.5. So we fix that now. Thank you to Otto for working today. We're taking a little detour to the Fort Laramie historic site. So, I don't know how I feel about it moving in and out like that. Come on, autopilot. You're drunk, aren't you? Oh my God. Otto the autopilot, thank you so much for your somewhat haphazard autopilot skills today.
Automatic pilot.
Automatic pilot. There it is.
I'll go back to the passengers.
There we go. We are not following the magenta line. We are not children of the magenta today because we are going to Fort Laramie and I am stalling because the autopilot turned off. Oh, Otto. Really? Come on, man. Hey, what are you doing? Are you drunk? Come on, let's go. Gonna make me fly it myself. Trimming down. Trimming up. Okay, heading. Let's go. Vertical speed. Let's do this thing, shall we? Alright, I'll lean out the mixture. Should be good. Going to 11.5. Which is not the easiest in a Warrior, I'll give you that, but still. Alright, and I'll keep this on so you can see where we're going. We're going to go to Fort Laramie National Historic Site. I probably would have gone to Guernsey if I did this again. Should have researched that a little bit, but that was really close to Scottsbluff, so that makes sense. They followed the Platte River to there. And then they kept going to Casper. That actually makes a lot more sense now. Dude. Get it right, but we're gonna fix that. So. We're getting kicked by some winds here too. Fuel pump was supposed to be on. Landing lights on. Okay. We're looking decent, right? So we went to Laramie for almost nothing, but that's okay. It's cool. It's all good. I mean, it said Fort Laramie, so I thought Laramie, Fort Laramie. That's all good. Alrighty then. Gotta be like this if you're gonna make a mistake. Just saying. I've never seen that ever happen in real life with real pilots, by the way. Just want everyone to know that. Oh, man. All right, we're going to go overfly where Fort Laramie was. And then we're going to continue on to Casper and go see Independence Rock, and we'll end our stream on that today. Thank you for your patience. Let me fix that in my Oregon Trail thing here, because we're not going to Laramie anymore. Okay, we're going to go to Guernsey. KGUR. That makes a lot more sense. So if everyone ever wanted to do this again, you'll not have to do what I just did. So. But hey, I never went to Laramie, Wyoming in my life, so we just hit another place I've never been. And again, we're using my electronic flight bag for navigation to where Fort Laramie was. Boy, that would have been a lot quicker just to go direct. And it's right there too, see? You can see it on the sectional. It says it right there. I don't get it. Up the mixtures go a little higher. I think my wife's back from singing. I've still got little ripples. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But it's not a terrible thing. How many frames are we pulling? 89, 86 frames per second, all maxed out though. That's what you gotta remember. So this is like awesome. Oh man, I got some tweaking to do still, but get it done. Kind of hungry. I had popcorn today. That's about it. Kind of hungry. Okay, we're gonna speed down back to 300. When you get to the higher levels here, it gets a little tougher to climb. man. Still got some lighting problems with the JustFlight Warrior here for daytime. Nighttime it looks good. They gotta fix that eventually. And also, little pet peeve, his arm goes through the side. So I don't know what they could do for that, but I think Microsoft Flight Sim should have a mode where you can put your own face in the game. Kind of miss having my mug on the avatar. So. But alright, we're there. I'm gonna try leading the mixture just a little bit more. I gotta look at this EGT gauge. That didn't take much. Right about there. Okay. Ground speed 117 knots, not too shabby. Oh man. So we're not gonna stop there, we're just gonna overfly the fort. And then we're going to go to Casper. And then we're going to go check out Independence Rock with the drone cam and we'll call it a day. It's going to take us a little while to get there. We'll probably drop down to 10.5 when we start heading west. It's really pretty out here. Oh, sorry. Alright, Fort Laramie, here we go. Probably be there in about, I'd say, 20 minutes or so. Guesstimating now. Keep that throttle all the way up. I'm gonna try to get there faster. You can see that the higher altitudes, we're not doing awesome on that, but the ground speed is just indicating it is not. What's the temperature? It's about 42. First off, let's get some heat on in this. And defroster. I'm so sorry. Oof. To Fahrenheit, to Celsius. It's about 5, so it's minus 10. We're at 11.5. It's minus 10. So our true airspeed is about 110. That makes sense. Yeah, it's about 110 that I calculate usually too. Keeps getting bounced by the wind, but stop going again. Oh. Got some redness over there. I don't think there's anything interesting. It's just plains. Numerous small lakes. That's what it says on the section. Give me a second. My daughter's on board again. What's up? Alright, she's taking orders, everybody. My daughter just became a stewardess. Oh, man. But yeah, we're on our way to Fort Laramie. Now we'll go to Casper. We're about halfway there almost already, so. Stop doing this as well. Yeah. That would be instead of Laramie for now on. This should come first up. And delete that. Yes. Alright. That makes more sense. Thank you. You're awesome. I got a cheese stick, everybody. Alright, so you can't see the path now because I took it off, but we are heading there. It's that green dot right now where it says campers. You can't see any of that because I have my tablet on. Now you can. So we went off the trail. That's what we're saying. Made a nice landing there though, at Laramie. We should see that reservoir that I couldn't see before. In fact, we might see it right now. It might be that thing out there. I don't really know yet. Excuse me while I eat this stick of cheese. So I don't pass out. I'm just being funny. I'm not gonna pass out. Alright, now that I've eaten my stick of cheese, we'll continue on to Fort Laramie, which is way far away from the town of Laramie, as I just found out. Yeah, what a drab day up here in the Northeast for real life. Just rainy. We needed the rain though, but now we're getting hit with a lot more of it. It's been very dry up here. Maybe like 10 to 15 minutes to go. Tell you what, the Etsy store's been kicking lately. I'm not saying making beaucoup bucks, but it's been steady sales. I wouldn't say constant, but steady. So we're starting to get out of deficit here. I'm still down like $100. But I do appreciate all your support if that's you out there. And I'll be making some designs too. I have ideas. Okay, I just need time to make them. But it's been pretty cool. It's come in handy, especially with this computer here. So I've been investing it and paying off the computer. I'm halfway there already, so got some rain out in the distance there off our right. Reservoir is that thing out there, so I don't know if we saw it or not. Couldn't really make sense of it. Okay, I'm also going to update the flight plan on my Discord. Should anyone ever want to do this, you can definitely go visit my Discord and get ideas for following these on your own if you wanted to. But Fort Laramie, on Guernsey, which is KGR. Scottsdale, you want that too. So Lima Bravo Foxtrot would be wrong, I think. Yep. Nope, Lima Bravo Foxtrot, and then Kilo Bravo Bravo Foxtrot. Oops. Edit. I usually research things. I just didn't do it this time because I was an idiot. Well, at least I knew Fort Laramie was next. That's the good news. And Casper and Independence Rock, so. Which I'll try to compare with Google Maps and try to figure that out, so. Knot ground speed, not too shabby. Also revving the crap out of this engine. How are we doing on fuel? We're gonna go to the right, so fuel pump on. Switch to the right. Fuel pump off. Fuel pressure holding. That indeed is the reservoir, and then it's out there. That's where we're going. We'll give it a little salute, and then go to Casper. Got a good beat, just saying. Passing the town of Wheatland, which is before the reservoir, so it should be somewhere out here. Pfeiffer Airfield should be out there somewhere. I'm gonna see it. Well, here's Wheatland. And the airfield's supposed to be like right over here somewhere. Can't really see it. Airfield now. Oh wait, no, it's not it. All right, we're getting there. Turn west to Casper. Way off the Oregon Trail. Should have never went to Laramie. Apologize for yawning. Alright. And the reservoir over there. We have traffic on the highway below. And that is Route 25. Overfly where the fort was along the Platte River, which that makes total sense to me. Laramie River actually goes right through the reservoir here, so I don't know if this would be there. That's called the Gray Rocks Reservoir. Very sure what you want to. I wasn't just gonna skip this. We're gonna do this the right way here. I don't know why I'm so tired. Jesus, I slept enough. It's the reservoir. Blow my nose, so I'll be right back and let Auto fly the plane. Auto, take over for a minute. Okay, we'll be there in about 9 minutes according to my electronic flight bag there, so not that far, and we'll be turning west to Casper. We'll be over that class Delta for Camp Guernsey, and life will be good. That could be it there. Get my Google map ready to go here. So there's a parking lot and everything, but we have to see it in relation to the thing there. It's actually over here. Yeah. Kind of has a crop circle next to it. There's a crop circle right about there, probably over here somewhere. That's what I'm thinking. The river, Platte River, is like literally right next to it. So. West here. Port's got to be out here, I think, somewhere. Fort Laramie coming up. Alright, so this is a little bit, it's got to be over here. Right in here somewhere. Yeah, if we see the Platte River, which should be coming from this side, definitely. Four and a half minutes out. Oh, excuse me. That looks to be like fort right there. That's it, right there. Pretty sure that's it. So we'll give an overfly of that, but that would be where Fort Laramie was. Here's the Platte River. So yep, that makes sense. That's where it was located. I'll turn off this tablet, you can see it better. So if you follow the Platte River, right over here, see this river? And there's a North Platte River. We're going to keep on the Platte River. It goes here. This is the fort right here. That's where Fort Laramie was again. Fort Laramie is one of the most important military posts along the Oregon Trail and was a vital resting point for emigrants. Built in 1834, the fort provided supplies, protection, and support for travelers. Fort Laramie is also a major meeting point for pioneers and American Indians, or Native Americans, as we would call them, where treaties were negotiated. So that's what it looked like in 8-bit form, at least. Again, that is right here, Fort Laramie. Oh, sorry, right there. As we fly over it, then we'll continue on our way to Casper. Which is about 47 minutes out from here. That made a lot more sense now. And then Guernsey, where we should have landed, is somewhere over here. Can't really see. Oh, is that the airport? That's it right there. So we should have landed there, but that's alright. We'll know if we ever do this flight again. Fort Laramie, right here on the river. Get a picture of it. If you zoom in on Google Maps, it tells you what's what in there. Obviously, it doesn't have the walls anymore. There's a magazine over here from 1850. There's a new guardhouse, which I don't know if that's new as in like it's a new guardhouse, but this was the guardhouse. The sawmill building was a little further out. It's over here. That was Fort Laramie. What's left of it, because it looks like these are just buildings without roofs. And this is a whole National Historic Site here, so there's an iron bridge over here from the fort, but that's it right there. Fort Laramie. Cool, huh? Cool to see it. On the Platte River. Alright, we are going to continue on to Casper, go see Independence Rock, so let's go do that, get back in the plane, and I'm literally just going to go direct to Casper, and hit nav, and hopefully the autopilot will take over. And we're going to descend down to 10,500, so we'll get that going on too. There we go. On our way to Casper. Actually, about 53 minutes or so out. But we'll see. There we go. We're going to do a slight descent. 200 feet per minute. Or so. On our way to Casper. We have some restricted airspace just north of us. So we gotta be careful of that, not enter that. I think we're good. Then we'll be over to flying Guernsey, where I would have flown it by just again. Now the last look at Fort Laramie over here. That's the interesting history portion of this whole thing. See, they follow that river, which makes sense because they had water and everything. It's Fort Laramie. Right, Casper, here we come. Actually, Guernsey's right below us somewhere. There it is. There's Guernsey Airport. Note to self, land there next time. Well, there it is. So, Casper, Wyoming, coming up next. And we're kind of following that route, kind of. I think they would go a little bit to the north because the North Platte River's that way. So they're going to go this way if they're on wagon. So I think they would follow the river. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but... And then that river is going to go all the way to Casper. And that river also goes towards Independence Rock as well. So that kind of makes sense. "49 minutes to go. Slight detour to Laramie, Wyoming." Alright, which tank are we on? We're on the right. We're gonna still burn that. Switch to the left in a little bit. Again, the new computer is working great. I gotta figure out some settings for that tearing of the screen here and there, but the computer itself, just saying. And the prices on the processor went up since I bought it. That's why I pulled the trigger, because it was I got the memory used. So I got $100 off that. I bought 128 gigs. DDR5 6000 megahertz RAM. They said online that 6000 megahertz, when you know, overclock it with the Expo profile, that seems to be the sweet spot with the AMDs. So, and I only got 2 DIMMs, so I bought 2 64 gigabit. I guess we call them DIMMs still, right? And I had a little bit of instability on my old build with 4 sticks of RAM, so it was the way to go. I'm not going any further than the 128 gigs, obviously, but it does come in handy to handle everything. Again, I've seen this simulator take up to 64 gigs if you give it. Yeah. So right now it's at 39%. But I've seen it up to almost 50% in certain areas. So if you give it that extra RAM, I don't think that's a bad thing. I would not go anything less than 64 gigs of RAM in a new computer build. That's just me though. And 128 is overkill, but they will use half of it. And if you do things that I do, video creation, stuff like that, Windows Open 3 monitor setup, it does come in handy to load stuff. So. Alright, is there anything really interesting? Not really, just following the lake, the river, excuse me, the Glendo Reservoir out there. Don't know if that was around back then. Ooh, excuse me, I am going to deviate a little to the south, only because we've got restricted airspace coming up and I don't want to break it. Rather err on the side of caution. You know what I'm saying? Hitting. Alright. Fuel's leaned up appropriately. We're at 10.5. And we're going. Getting away from that restricted airspace. As you can see on my electronic flight pad. Right there. A little close there, so. Man, that Denver Center's still on. Wow. Good for him. We're not that far from our ultimate destination. It says 50 minutes now, so. And we have not done this at all during any of these flights, unless you consider, like, you know, having the weight and balance all messed up on yesterday's stream. But we have not died of dysentery. I'm just saying. There's been no problems with that. I've been perfectly fine. Kind of feel bad now for those people back then that had to go through all that disease and stuff. Yeah, right. Now we turn more on track here. Track is 289. Getting away from that restricted airspace. I don't know what that is, but it says it excludes airspace 500 above ground level and below. We're not going to do that just to avoid it. Let's see if I can find out what that restricted airspace is. And that's Alpha. Alright, 3 restricted areas. Airspace technicians, Guernsey, Wyoming. It's probably, that Camp Guernsey is probably some kind of military base. Not quite seeing the amendment. It's the Wyoming Army National Guard. Requesting the establishment of new restricted areas to support its air-to-ground firing from helicopters and long-range artillery training. So that's what that is. This additional airspace allows for the segregation of hazardous activities from non-participating air traffic. So that's why we're avoiding that stuff out here, because they're firing things there once in a while. Cool. Man, cool. Feel my wrath.
Let me ask, what I like to snap best? Arms, legs?
No, that there won't.
I like a big spicy Slim Jim. Step into it, yeah.
So I guess we died of dysentery, then Macho Man came on. Oh man, I'm gonna set up my own squadron as well. Here, fire them these. There you go, fire on those. But alright, we gotta hook back to the north here. Switch it back to them. And we should be fine now. There you go. It's a nice area too. That'd be all over here. And then they have a little area here, and then the reservoir, but restricted airspace is right over there. That is the Glendo Reservoir. Doesn't feel like I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Really? Wow. Then I had to fix my YouTube one because it had the old stuff. Which I don't know because I updated it yesterday. You think I would have kept it, right? Oh, it's the 5th annual marathon official anthem. Still AI generated, but I mixed it a little bit, arranged it a little bit, so I'll take a little credit for it, but not for the actual creation. That was a good anthem. We have to come up with next year. You have to come up with a theme for next year. So, but I like that theme. That was a good theme. And imagine if 2024 worked like it does now. The sky was the limit. Just saying. Service update 3 wasn't out yet. Because it's been running pretty decent right now. So let's check our fuel. Yeah, we'll flip it. We're gonna go to the left. So fuel pump on. Left. Fuel pump off. And fuel pressure's good. Okay. So again, I'm guessing and anticipating on my great knowledge of the Oregon Trail that they probably followed the Platte River, which went into this reservoir, which probably wasn't a reservoir back then. I'm guessing on that. And then they kept following up here along the river. Because again, that river will eventually make its way to Casper, which is going to be out here somewhere. 42 minutes to go to Casper. Oh. I don't know. I'd like to get the PFDG to actually work though in 2020. And I would love to see just for I'm not allowed to say that type of language. Just for interest, that's what I'll say. I would love to go and load all those old simulators and see how they work, if possible, with the newer set. I'm talking like FS98, and I know I can emulate operating systems, and I have all that stuff. Did that a long time ago, but it'd be kind of cool to see, hey, how does that run on this, and what does it look like? How many frames can I pull on, like, flightsim 2000, you know? Back in the day, oh God, I thought 2000 was such a main step coming from FS98. So when I own all of them, I'm looking at the boxes, right? I even own the first one, which, again, I don't know if those discs will work or not because I bought it used. And then I have a copy of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2. That's kind of sealed, so I'm not going to open that up. And then some of the other boxes are sealed too, but, you know, there's got to be a way of getting it somehow. But yeah, they're all on my shelf there. I have to get boxes because we don't buy boxes, of course, anymore, unless you get the collector's edition. But I have to get boxes of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and then 2024. I want to try to get the collector's box just to display it. Which, ooh, excuse me, there was one on eBay, but they were asking a lot for it. And even 2020, they're asking a lot for it. So I'm just trying to buy the box. I don't care if the discs work or not. I would like the discs to come with it, even if they don't work. But I don't know. Finish them up. Yeah, like here's Microsoft Flight. This is on eBay. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 Premium Deluxe PC Disc. $151. Yeah, I can't do that if I'm just gonna display it. You know what I'm saying? But you can get all the other ones cheaper. Like Flight Sim X is $18. So probably because it's rarer because no one buys it. You know, we already have all those. And then you gotta watch out. I don't want the Xbox version because I do PC gaming, obviously. So, but yeah, they're not cheap still. No discs and no code. $80. Like I can't pay $80 for a box. So, just saying. So I have to find some other online marketplaces to try to find the box version of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 eventually. Figure if you just keep waiting, no one's going to want it anyways, and the price is going to drop, you know? So, just saying. But you can tell the difference between 2024 and 20 when you go back and forth between them. You might not see it right away, but if you keep working back and forth on them, you'll see the difference. So. But yeah, some of those boxes are sealed. And then 2020, I have both versions up there. I have the deluxe version, which is what I had. And then you have the basic version, which came with like less planes and scenery, I think. But I bought them both anyway, because one of those is sealed. Yeah, I can't find it on Mercari either. Well, I found one copy, it was like 80 bucks again. $211.30, new. Microsoft Flight Simulator Premium Import, buy from the UK. And of course, I bought it through Steam, so I didn't see any of this. And if you get that, you're buying like the oldest original version that will then just connect online and update, you know? So, I just want the box, man, with discs inside, but you know. Cannot believe that. Well, we'll have to wait until no one wants it anymore. Alright, we are flying near Esterbrook, Wyoming. Again, it's just beautiful mountains and scenery, and they would be following the river probably north. We're getting to Casper, 37 minutes out, and then we'll go look at Independence Rock, and we'll call it a day. If you just tuned in, this is also the first broadcast with my brand new computer builds. We have an AMD 9950X 3D. I kept my 3090 because I wasn't going to spend that much money on a 5090. That will hopefully come in the future. And I cannot believe how much graphics cards cost, even though I did pay like, I don't think I paid $2,000 for the 3090, but I paid quite a pretty penny for it back in the day. So it's nice that you can keep using it, and it works pretty good. Got all our settings max. We've been getting like 60 to 90 frames per second, and things are looking good. Simulator is the thing that was slightly struggling with my i9 9900K, so we decided to build. $36 minutes to Casper, Wyoming. Yeah, we literally have, let's see what we have for legs here. If we land at Casper, which we're going to, we have about, if I'm estimating here, the next one will take us to Rock Springs and maybe Fort Bridger. So I figure that would be about one flight there. And then we're going to Salt Lake City to Idaho Falls. That'd be the second one. Then the third one is a big one, long one, 260 nautical miles from Idaho Falls to Baker. I think that's Oregon. I could be wrong on that. Could be Iowa still. And then finally, there's another flight. So what does that make? 4 more legs in the Oregon Trail? Not too shabby. Oh, I just touched the trim wheel. Okay, good. Whew, got a little nervous there. I don't know. I'm thinking about shooting tonight too. I probably won't get to it, but I would like to. It's cool. Kind of like gung-ho over this whole system working now. I'm also going to check it with my son after the stream and see how the old computer build's doing, because I gave him the i9 9900K. I had a 2080 from when I originally built that one in 2019, so we put that in. And we cloned his hard drive on an NVMe drive that I had. It was a 512 gigabyte NVMe drive that came out of my brother's. He was using my brother's laptop. My brother's no longer with us, so brought it back, and I just cloned it to the new NVMe drive, put it in there. He had an SSD drive that I bought him too. It was a pretty nice one, the Samsung. And we put that in there, so that's what he's using. And he seems to be enjoying it, so he helped me build it back when he was like 6 or 7 years old, so it's the least I could do, right? And then my daughter helped build this one, and I tried showing her the lights and everything on it because it's all lit up. Again, if you want to see a quick little picture from earlier in the build, you can go on my Discord, and that'd be tinyurl.com/EricFlight Discord, all one word. Join our Discord. That's probably where you're gonna get notice of me flying, things happening in my life, this and that, and yep. But we stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick all at the same time, and things are going great now. I gotta get some more designs in the Eric Flight Aviation Design Store. So, see what I can do. Those sunshades are big sellers, though. That's been a big seller lately. And I got some T-shirt ideas. So, and all that supports. So I'm planning on flying in real life again, probably in November. Probably to get some night landings in and some night flying in. But the money is going towards the computer for now, which I'm already halfway bought there. So, and I appreciate all your efforts. A lot of it also comes from my Eric DIY YouTube channel. Whenever I repair something around the house, we also do product reviews. That started way back in 2013, and that's what made the money for all my flying. That's the major one. So paid for my private and all my flying gear, and allows me to do things like build a computer and stuff. So, but, yep. Okay, the Laramie Range, Laramie Mountain Range, is right off our left here, so that's what we see over here. Again, how many frames we pulling now? 87, 84 frames per second. It's using 38% of 128 gigabytes of RAM. So how much RAM is that using? That's everything though, so times 0.38. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying don't just get 32 gigs if you're building a new computer. Get 64, because that's going to leave you some headroom here too. It will use the memory if you have it. And again, I'm running like web browsers, 3 monitors, but the actual streaming laptop is taking care of the streaming. So get 64 gigs of RAM, because it will use all of that and give you headroom. All right, North Platte River off our right over here. We're going to Casper. Very cool. Very cool to do these series of flights. This wasn't that long. You know, if I didn't have work and stuff, probably would have been done by now. But look at this little valley over here on our left. It's pretty inviting. We are using Google Maps Enhanced mod, by the way. So this is Google imagery. Alright, I'm gonna blow my nose again, sorry. It just happens, allergies, this and that, but Auto, take over. I do have to research where the Donner Pass is, so that way we can kind of get probably one of the most famous. I think that was part of the Oregon Trail, right? Pretty sure it was. Donner family, part of 5, please. So wrong. Sierra Nevada mountain range during the winter of 1846-7. Yeah, that sounds like the old. Yeah, they were a wagon train in America said it was traveling to California, so it was a little different, but I believe that the Donner Party is around the Oregon Trail there. That's of course when they got stuck in winter conditions, really bad, heavy snowfall, and they had to eat people, like eat people. So it's quite interesting. They went through Wyoming on the Oregon Trail, by the way, because it was a little easier than going through all the Rockies. So the Oregon Trail had a standard route through Idaho Snake River Plain. This guy had a guide for immigrants on the trail. Proposed a more direct route, which actually increased the trip's mileage by 125 miles to California across the Great Basin. So that's going to take you through the Great Salt Lake Desert. So I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. I know there's like a park there now where the Donners were. But I don't know. Let's see Casper, Wyoming, and see where it ends up to the Donner Pass. I think it's called Donner Pass. California. Could be wrong on that. Could be right. I don't know. By car to the Donner Pass is no, we're not going to overflag because it's like way out there. So they went through Salt Lake City and then they started heading more west. Yeah. That's kind of what that was. Donner Pass Road parking space, Donner Summit Bridge. They were near a lake, right? I think they were. I'm looking at all this on Wikipedia, of course. Yeah, so they went south of the Great Salt Lake, near Salt Lake City. We're going to go north. We're going Oregon, so that makes sense. So we are not going to be anywhere close to where they went, but they went through the Hastings thing. Hastings Cutoff, they call it. And again, the Oregon Trail goes a little bit more to the northwest, so that makes sense. The Donner Pass is, wow, way over there. Near Lake Tahoe, north of Lake Tahoe. Yeah, that makes sense then. That we wouldn't see it. Interesting though. Things that people did to survive. I can't believe going through a desert would be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I remember reading all this before. It's near Truckee Lake. That's right around where they camped. So, and then they broke apart there because they got like mad at each other and stressed out. So not the way to be in a survival situation. Truckee River. That's it right there. Yeah. Or the lake. Where's the lake? Donner Lake is the Truckee Lake. It was known as Truckee Lake back then. Yeah. Yep, they have a Memorial State Museum there. They have like a statue where they all are camping and dying and eating each other, I guess. Quite interesting if you ask me. They were stuck there for a while. Nowadays, in irony, people just kind of drive through there with a car on Route 80. Interesting. Yeah, we will not be going there. Whoa, whoa, some wind there. And it looks like the roads follow these paths here, too, to be honest with you. So, interesting that the Oregon Trail kind of affects some of the highways going on here. But we are 25 minutes away from Casper. We're going to fly right over Casper. I'm going to get the weather ready to go. 126.15. We're probably going to have to contact Denver Center because this is a Class Delta. I don't know if we'll get any weather. Probably not. I have it. Oh, weather for Casper there. We are about
Casper
30.
Oh,
there you go.
19000.
I better write this down.
1222 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Ceiling 14,200 broken. Temperature 25. Dew point 7. Altimeter tree 015. ILS runway tree in use. Landing and departing runway tree. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra.
Sierra.
Casper Airport information Sierra 1900 Zulu. Wind 222 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Ceiling 14,200 broken. Temperature 25. Dew point 7. Altimeter tree 015. ILS runway tree in use.
Alright.
Landing and departing runway tree.
So we got the ATIS as of now. We'll check it as we get closer.
Read back hold short instructions.
Going back to guard.
Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra.
That didn't work.
You're on guard with
Alright, so 3015. Casper is about 23. Well, our airport, which is over Casper, is 25 minutes out. So ground speed could be better. It's only 90, but again, we're at 10.5, so doesn't mean much actually. It's just the winds. Donner Party might have followed the Oregon Trail until Salt Lake City, so. With the Great Salt Lake, they went south. Got some wind over here. Denver Center still on? That's what you have to ask yourself. It is not, so we are on our own. Okay. So let's get the tower frequency in there, 118.3. That's where we are going to be. That's on standby. Casper will be coming up. They'll go check out Independence Rock. You probably can't see any of the scratches in it, but maybe there's a picture online. It is a state historic site. That's a pretty big rock, by the way. If we're looking at it, it kind of looks like this. So we'll be heading out there with the drone cam, but yeah, that was a big like landmark on the Oregon Trail. People carved their initials into it. I was hoping that we could kind of see names. Maybe. That's what it looks like. Interesting. I was hoping to see some names carved in there. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Can't read the sign either. There is a little snow in these higher elevations, though. That's what it's showing too. Oregon Trail marked by the state of Wyoming. Old Oregon Trail. Oh, there we go. I don't know what's scratched into that rock, but you can see that they scratched it into the Independence Rock. And I would think that they'd have some of the names of people. That's cool. Some guy got... Or is that a lady? No, that's a guy. I'm going by this. Got a drone cam over there on Independence Rock. That's cool. Very cool. That's right outside Casper, so. Well, I should say right up. It's about an hour to the south. Southwest. 19.5 minutes to go to Casper. Fuel. I'm gonna switch to the right. Fuel pump off. Fuel pressure holding. That's. Oh, we got some wind turbines over here. Those weren't there during the Oregon Trail. Just crossed Box Cedar Creek behind us. I don't know if you can see it, but hey, you kind of see it. It's right there. Seems to be snow here. Again, that could just be the Google Map imagery showing winter. Maybe not. Maybe it snows or has snow. Because we're pretty high, about 7,000 feet above sea level here. That Bijan Studios Seasons Enhanced. I bought that today and installed it. So that's why you might see a little bit of color here. And that's pretty cool. I used to use the Bijan Trees of 2020. And then I got the real, give me a second, Rex AccuSeason Advanced. Which seems to be a little bit better for updating. Because it would just be kind of like trees in the middle. Bijan does some good work. I believe he's the guy that also worked on the trees in the simulator, like to begin with, but he's just making it so that it's more intricate with the add-on. It's $15. You can buy it at give me a second. Bijan Studio, BIJNSTUDIO.com. I'm gonna promote him right here. So he does very good work and he keeps updating things. And people are complaining about the trees for 2020 because he kind of had to take a little step back, but he's back better than ever. So feel free to go check that out. And you can see that he's also got Earth FX. I don't own that. 2024, that's volcanoes and like, I might buy that later. Seasons Enhanced 2024, I'm looking at, it's $15.95. And then I'm not going to use his boat mods, but he has tons of boats for different places, and he has like photogrammetry, tree removal if you fly around a certain city, but I'm not gonna get that either. But the enhanced seasons, I mean, this does look decent, to be honest with you. You got a little color here. It's supposed to help on frame rates because you took out a lot of trees like that don't belong there. So, but yeah, looks decent. And 2024 does do seasons. I don't know if it does season with the satellite imagery though. I could be wrong on that. Could be right. But you'd have to do like some tone matching, which is what AccuSeason does. But AccuSeason is only for 2020, so. But we are 15.5 minutes out. We're gonna do one more check on the weather here. Make sure that we're good to go in Wyoming. We
Casper
are.
Airport information, Sierra. 2000 Zulu.
Still Sierra, so we should be fine.
At 5. Visibility.
The wind's totally changed there. 172 at 5. Still doing runway 3.
Broken. Temperature 26. Dew point 7. Altimeter tree 012.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense because oh, I'm on the wrong.
And departing runway tree. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact.
But you'd think it'd be 2-1 if the winds are 2-2-2-2. I'll still do 3.
Information Tango.
172.
2000 Zulu. Wind 172 at 5.
You still think that'd be 2-1?
Sky condition. Ceiling 14,200 broken. Temperature.
I don't know.
26. Dew point 7. Altimeter tree
3012. That's full on 2.
Landing and departing runway tree. VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
All right, back
all
to guard.
Aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise control.
You're on guard,
contact. You have Tango.
All right, so I'm officially gonna call this crazy because I think it would give you a better runway in real life.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
And any smart words for us, Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris can log pilot and command time while sleeping, and the FAA approves it.
Well, there you go. Thanks a lot for your words of wisdom. Oh my. Casper out there in the distance. We'll be overflying it pretty soon. This is Casper, and the airport's right over there. We are burning, right, yeah. Oh, excuse me. All right. That's the Platte River there, kid. That's probably what they followed into Casper. And then went a little bit south. And Independence Rock's going to be out there somewhere. So. So land it first, though. Alright, runway 3 means we're going to intercept. We're going to call it a right base. Because that's what they probably have me do in real life. Pattern altitude's about 6,500. So let's get this down there. Vertical speed. And starting our descent. We're also going to kick this back to 2,100 RPMs. And Allison, announce the descent, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely and securely in the aircraft. Thank you.
Casper Mountain right off our left here, that's what you see over here. We'll get heading ready to go, so we have to go a little bit more to the south. Just don't want to crash into that mountain there, so. Excuse me for the sniffles. Okay, take the tablet off so you can see things. Casper, Wyoming, right in front of us. And let's switch over to, well, not yet. We're almost there though. I'm going to switch over to tower frequency. one last look at Atlanta. We're on our own. Okay. Really intricate here, huh? Look at that. Look at that mountain. It's Casper Mountain. Ooh. By car, Independence Rock is about 1 hour away from Casper. So again, things are kind of spread out around here, but that's going to be your best bet if you fly in to see Independence Rock is fly into Casper and then take a car or some type of thing to the Independence Rock State Historic Site. Excuse me. Has some wrenches down here. Oh, I thought I had a drink down there. Obviously not. Airport is right in front of us, but we're going to deviate to the south and enter a right base for 3. Okay, switching over to tower. And Casper Tower, Warrior Zero, Foxtrot, we're 14 nautical miles to the southeast. We're going to accept the right base entry for runway 3, full stop, Casper. As long as we get around this mountain, I just don't want to crash into it. I'm going to go to heading mode now. Keep an eye out, but we want to head a little bit south to get to level 3. This would be a class Delta in the real world. So again, you would be contacting tower, getting permission to get here, but still kind of intrigued at that. It's got me doing runway 3 when the winds are from 220-ish.
Casper Airport Information Tango 200.
171, if you will.
Wind 171 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few clouds at 10,200. Ceiling 14,200 broken. Temperature 26. Dew point 7. Altimeter tree 012. ILS runway tree in use. Landing and departing runway tree. VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
That's with Tango
All
now.
aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have Tango.
But if you do this, I'm fine with that. If you just do this, I'm fine with doing runway 3.
Show me the money.
Show me the money! That's it, brother, but you got the yell messed up! Show me the money! I need to feel you, Jerry! Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money!
Just saying. Alright, I'm gonna enrich the picture a little bit as we descend. Make it hug in here a little bit more. This would be a city. Could be wrong on that, but that's Casper, everybody. We got a golf course over here, far right. looks a little bright to me. Give me a second here. Yeah. Let me do this. That looks dull. I don't know, it just looks really bright when I apply that. That looks a lot better to me. Clouds are still a little, contrast is still there, but I'll do all that stuff later on. Did that do anything? Actually, that did. Yeah, that enlivened it up a little bit there. And that's a little bit more of what I'm seeing on my thing there. I want to leave that alone. That's what we're leaving it as. You can see blue in the sky now. So sorry about that. I had filters, just didn't have the right ones. I made a mistake.
What'd you?
I didn't do anything. Contrast looks a little high too, but no one's counting. Alright, we're gonna turn on right base here. It's we're still outside the Delta, believe it or not. But we can give a report. So here we go. Casper traffic, Warrior 0 Echo Foxtrot. We're 8.5 nautical miles to the southeast, setting up a right base entry for runway 3 full stop, Casper. That looks way better. Wow. Okay, we should mixture a little bit more, but not that much. She's going down to 6,500, so yeah, we're right there. Okay, let's get this thing rolling then.
Casper
All right.
SkyWest 4797 for 2 miles southeast. Inbound visual runway tree approach.
There you go. That's Microsoft Flight Simulator traffic. Crossing a river here. This is the Platte River, I believe, which goes through Casper. Yep. So again, they kind of follow that. Independence Rock might be that, but I'm not positive on that. Actually, it's not. But we will find it and go from there. We actually just gotta follow this river all the way down, and then find the Pathfinder National Wildlife Refuge and the Pathfinder Reservoir. And then literally, it's like right at the edge of there. But all right, Casper, here we come. Is that way. We're already at pattern altitude, so we should be pretty good to land. Casper traffic, Warrior 0 Echo Foxtrot, 5.5 nautical miles to the southeast, intercepting a right base entry for runway 3 full stop, Casper. Cool. Thanks to color correction. Sorry it was off. Okay, looking for that runway. I think that's it right there. So head out a little bit here.
SkyWest 47907.
Someone's coming in.
Miles southeast.
All right, let's slow this thing down here. Carve heat on.
SkyWest 4797, Casper Tower. Altimeter tree 000.
Keep it 21.
Cleared visual runway tree approach.
And we're also going to give it some flaps. There you go. That's for all the traffic that they're pumping into. So.
Cleared visual runway tree approach. SkyWest 4797.
All right, where are they? Because that sounds close. I didn't see them at all. See them at all? I don't know. Yeah, contrast is a little high there, so we'll have to see. A little slow there, bud. A little slow. A lot slow. That's the runway, I think. Still looking for that airliner coming in. Hey, El Manuel. Let's do this. Autopilot is off. Wish I had my Tobii eye track. I'm so used to turning my head. No. Okay. For some reason we're a little slow because we're not descending. That's why. Okay. Slowly start our 500 foot per minute descent. Another thing of flaps. That is the runway. I am the runway. Very cool. That looks like default scenery as well, but we shall see it when we get down there. Not really seeing that traffic here, so that's good. Alright, we're going to turn final pretty soon here. Then we're going to do full flaps and get it down. Okay, turning right on the final. A little bit of right rudder. Casper traffic, Warrior Zero Echo Foxtrot, right base to final, runway 3, full stop, Casper. Alright, slowing it down a little bit more, full flaps. High, so I might get the throttle really back, and we're looking good. Trim up. And I'm supposed to have a wind off my right because they was letting runway 3 for some reason, but that's okay. It's supposed to be a tailwind. Which I don't quite get that either, but alright, here we go. I'm gonna land. Throttle's already out. Here we go. A little shallow, but not bad at all. Turn off to our right when we can. Go to the next one. Cool. Welcome to Casper, Wyoming, everybody. Alright, we're gonna take Alpha 4 here. Terminal is to the right. Clear first. Casper traffic, Warrior Zero Echo Foxtrot, clear runway 3, Casper. Okay. Stop it here, parking brake on. Did that actually work? No, it didn't. There you go. Alright, above 1,000. And checklist. Flaps up, carpet off. Fuel pump off, which I never turned on. Strobes off this time. Landing light can go off. Taxi light good. Trim set for takeoff. Fuel pump is nice to have on in case there's any problems. You have to go on and everything. Alright, I gotta find out where to park this thing. So, tower, hangars, maybe in front of the tower. The terminal's over there, though. So what does the terminal look like? I could probably park near the terminal. Let's do that. Alright. See that our class Delta will announce it. So, Casper traffic, Warrior Zero Foxtrot taxiing to the terminal. Casper. No, that doesn't work anymore. That's right, because the button doesn't work. We're good. Somewhere over there. Let's park near those other planes. You know, that is a terminal there. So let's park right over here. It's my Tobii eye tracker. So we got some things to work on still, but you know, overall, we were able to fly. Parking brake on. Okay. And ELT verify silent. Avionics going off all lights except for beacon off. Mixture full lean. Okay. Mags off. Master off. Lights off. And parking brake is on. Let's go find Independence Rock, but we'll learn why we're here first. So without further ado, I'm going to disconnect from that sim. And we're going to learn why we came here on the Oregon Trail flights. As soon as I find it, that is. Yeah, there you go. Nope, that's Fort Laramie. We already did that one. Alright, Casper, located along the Sweetwater River, served as an important crossing point for immigrants. On the Oregon Trail, just outside the city, is Independence Rock, about an hour southwest. One of the trail's most famous landmarks where hundreds of pioneers carved their names into the stone. And nearby, the Oregon Trail wagon rut's historic site preserves the deep grooves left by thousands of wagons. We're going to go look at that, offering a powerful reminder of the massive westward migration that passed through the area. So that would be Independence Rock that we're going to go look for. Let's take the drone cam out. I'm going to turn off that distance thing again. So that way, because I know in 2020 it caused problems. And we're going to look at our maps, which I'm going to turn that off, which I already did. And we're going to follow the river down to the Alcova Reservoir. So let's do that first. Alright. So, this is the airport. That's where the river is over there. How do you rotate this thing? Never really learned how to do that. I don't know, but we'll leave it the way it is. Alright. Casper's over here. Looking for the river that goes to the south. Which probably should be this way. There's the river. Okay. Follow the river down till we hit the Alcova Reservoir. Just through here. Anyone see a reservoir yet? I do. It's right over here. Here's the Alcova. Just then going to have a little river running out of that. Which is probably this right here through the canyons. And that's going to go over here to the big Pathfinder Reservoir. And over here at the end of the Pathfinder, it's going to be the historic site. So that way Independence Rock is over here. And that might be it right there. So let me verify that with Google Maps. It's one of these rocks. Alright, it has a big green river here. Yep, that's what it is. And then that points this way. This is Independence Rock right over here. Let me just slow the drone cam down. Independence Rock, right over here. I'm just making the drone cam slow down. There we go. So, this is Independence Rock, where, again, settlers carved their names in it. I think I got that right. There's a river right to the south of it. So, pretty cool. There's also a rest area, which I didn't really see that. Here's the river, though. And that's the other rock, yeah. So, I'm thinking this big rock is Independence Rock. Right here. Where the emigrants carved their name. That's a huge rock, though. Huh? And this is the southern portion of it right there. So I don't know quite where they signed their names. But, let me see if I can get some pictures from Google Maps here. Oh, you can go on top of the rock? I guess you can. Alright, hey. So on top of this rock looks like this. And people are still carving, it looks like, 'cause that says 2014 if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty cool. Can you still carve your names in it? 1978. Wow. So I guess people still carve their names in it. 1862? Is that, am I reading that right? Wow. Kind of interesting, huh? And that's the rest stop area right there. And obviously this is winterized over here. But this is what it kind of looks like at Independence Rock. Imagine being on a wagon and passing through there. It says July of 2016, so. I think that says 1862. I could be wrong. But, alright, let's see if there's any more pictures, because that was quite interesting. Let's go on this side. Nothing on this side of the rock. Independence Rock. Let's stick out a couple more of these. Let's see this one. Yeah, we got more. That says 2014. This looks like the same one as before. 86, Neil Marley. 1978. Someone's foot. 1994 maybe. It's interesting that says 1862. More names over there too. I don't know, that kind of looked like the one that I already saw though, did it? Let's go on this side. No, that looks like the same pictures too. Maybe they just put it there. Try to zoom in a little bit more. Definitely interesting. $1979, 84 maybe. Is that 1959 maybe? It's kind of cool if you could put your name into it still. 1850 something over there. That's really interesting. 1860 something maybe. Some of these people didn't make it rolling, you know. Wonder if those are the old wagon tracks to the Independence Rock. Alright, let's do one more. and then we're going to call it a day here. I don't know if I've done this one yet. If I've doubled it, I'm just going to do something else. No. Yeah. 94. You don't know if that means 1894. I doubt it. I don't know if they would let you carve into the rock, though, either. Because, I mean, it's a historic site, right? So it makes you wonder if that was 1884. These look a lot older. They look a little more weathered. Alright, well there you go. Well, from Independence Rock, right outside Casper, Wyoming, we're going to call it a day here. Obviously you can't see it over here, but most of that rock carving stuff was on top over here. And that's where we're going to leave you from. So, from Casper, Wyoming, which is, I believe, that way, and Independence Rock, which is right below us, right over here, I am going to sign off. If you're on Twitch, we're going to raid someone, so please stay tuned. If you are watching on YouTube, please push that follow button. Looking for more followers. Thank you to, can't remember who it was right now, but someone followed me on YouTube today. And thank you to anyone on Kick that wants to follow. It'd be awesome if you push that follow button. But on Twitch, also push that follow button. And that's the best way of getting to know when I'm going to stream. So, because I have a family and kids and can't keep a schedule of streaming because I have other things I got to do. But from Independence Rock in Wyoming, this is irlpilot. I'll see you later. Remember to tip your bar and wait your staff well. And I will see you soon. Have a great evening. See you later.